another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Hey, hello. Hey, what's up? How are you? Okay, this is going to be a little bit that way. My damn webcam on my computer is acting up. It is not connecting to anything. And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So I have to come in and I'm trying to get my camera to do on the laptop, right? So I'm like, okay. But in order to do this, in order for y'all to see me, I had to come in on my telephone because I still can't get the damn camera to act right. So I'm about pissed with that. Okay. And this is not doing me well, honey. I do not like this. And it just happened. Okay. So I don't know what the hell I done did, whatever. I done something and done knocked something out. So I'm trying to get this up and running. Okay. But you say, hey, Tay. Yes, we do. We still have to make arrangements for lunch. Yes, we do. We must. Okay. Wait a minute. Hey, Big Meat, I get to be a teacher at school in the fall. Oh, that's good for you, Groove. Groove get to be a teacher, y'all. So come on. Okay, now listen. Y'all going to see me like I'm looking back and forth. So my camera is here. But in order for me to read the screen, I got to be over here. So if I'm looking like I'm not looking at the cameras because I'm trying to run the board and carry it on. Y'all see I don't have on the shirt. I got on this damn t-shirt. I was trying to get ready. But this damn camera is the bane of my existence right now. Okay. Ooh, wrong way. I'm trying to see this is what I like about this damn phone. Trying to get my backdrop going and things and trying to make it look cute. And it's really giving me a couple of problems. Okay, because the angle is wrong. Okay, that's right. Okay. Oh, I don't like this. This is really fucking with me. And I'm trying to understand what the hell done happened to the fucking camera. Okay. But in any event, honey, how art thou? What's going on in the world of everyone? How are you? Okay, what's your tea, honey? It's another glorious day, honey, and I hope you have all of your crumpets together, my darling, because it's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darlings, with who? Big Meats. That's right. Let me see. I don't want to turn the camera off. I'm still trying to work with this damn camera, right? And because it's bothering me, I think I need to leave it alone so I can just get through the show and then deal with this later, okay? But right now it's really fucking with me because I don't understand why it started doing all this. Now I had the light on for just a second. I ran the system diagnostic and carrying on, and the camera was on for a minute, but then whatever it did, it didn't do. So, okay. I thought it had reset the camera or whatever it did, honey. But okay, nonetheless, here we are. Okay. So what's going on, honey? We have a lot to cover. I'm waiting on my co-host to come on up in here because, darling, when I tell y'all it's going to be one of those kind of shows, it really is going to be one of those kind of shows. Today's topic, or the title of today's show, is what is your forbidden fruit tree? Okay. What is your forbidden fruit tree? Okay. This conversation starts and it comes out of a spiritual conversation I was having this past Wednesday with Big Red and Pastor Ken and another gentleman who should be coming in. Hopefully he comes in today. His name is Mr. Kilgore. Okay, we were having a conversation. Now, for those of you who don't know, y'all know I am a part of Passionate Riders Car Club, right? But we also have a subsidiary, Passionate Riders Outreach Ministries. Now, I'm a part of the ministry, but I'm a little bit more I'm a little bit more progressive. Okay, they're a little bit more traditional. So I support what I support and carrying on so that it doesn't conflict with the message. Even though most of us are saying a lot of the same things that they teach a little bit traditionally. And so rather than to be an upset to the apple cart, I just let them do what they're going to do, because there's a lot of children out there who are going to get it the way that they do it. Okay. And so after it was over, we had a little, come to Jesus meeting, no pun intended. And because of that, it was some things that we were discussing that was absolutely just fantastic, right? And so I thought we were talking about, here we have, and it's taught that when creation was made, Adam and Eve were created. They're in the garden. They had everything. They could do any and anything that they wanted to. They had free reign of everything except for the one tree. They could do anything you want, honey, except that tree right there, don't touch. Do not eat from it. Well, no, it was like, don't eat from it. You could touch it, but don't eat from it, okay? And et cetera, et cetera. So now Adam was given that particular command, right? That was never given to Eve. It was never given to Eve in that regard. So it's like, okay, so what are we talking about, right? So what ends up happening? We're there, and okay, Eve eats from the tree, and then you know what we have here. But I wanted to sit up and make it a more practical conversation, because I want to come out of the spirituality of it, because a lot of people get turned off about church stuff, right? You don't see it. You don't see the practicality in it or whatever. So I said, okay, here is what we're going to do. Let's look at this from a Christian standpoint. Okay, I mean, not a Christian standpoint, but a practical standpoint, honey. What is that one thing, or what is it that has been your tree? Okay, your forbidden tree. What is it that you know? Okay, what is it? Okay, let's say for instance, and I use this example with them. We have a lot of things, nature stuff. A lot of folks, they know aloe vera, right? You got aloe vera, and aloe vera is a wonder drug, right? It is wonderful. It heals and saturates this, that, and other. But there are some people who are allergic to aloe vera and they can't use it. So now what happens? What do they do? So do they go to shea butters and things? Because shea butter is the same thing, right? You have what's it, tea tree oil, which is it's a healer and things of that nature. Okay, but you so stuck on aloe vera to where everybody in your ear, oh child, go to take the aloe vera, honey. It ain't gonna hurt you. It's from nature. It's God. But you're allergic to it. See, and I correlate that because just like going to the story, Adam knew what the commandment was. I don't care how much Eve was in his ear. Oh, well, I was told this, and blah, blah, blah. Adam was the one that got it, but Adam succumbed anyway, didn't he? How many of us do that? Okay. How many of us get around, and we call it peer pressure back in my day. Okay. You get around your peers. Now, you know damn well that ain't good for you. Or maybe you don't know. Maybe you've had we talked about drugs and alcohol and certain things. Stealing was wrong. You didn't want to go to jail and this, that, and the other. But that was your forbidden tree. You could do anything you want, but right there, don't fuck with that one. But you fuck with it anyway. Okay. But you fuck with it anyway. Nick, you ready? Nick, because you bouncing. Come on.
When I get the bouncing, sometimes I just be
I know.
I be listening. So when you were talking, it reminded me of one of the surahs in the beginning of the Quran, and it says like basically when it's just you and God, you like, yeah, God, I got it. Whatever you say, that's what I'm gonna do. But then when you with them other people, you know, it's like, no, I'm with y'all. So when you with the believers, you like, hallelujah, yeah, thank you, Jesus. But when you with the non-believers, you like, oh, let's turn up, fuck that shit. Is that
Right, right. Oh, come on.
you gotta figure out who the hell you are. Are you going to succumb to it? Because you
Exactly.
know I love that story when what you was talking about, the thing about Adam, because we always blame Eve, but God didn't tell
We
Eve.
always blame
He told
Eve.
Adam ass.
Right.
He
But
told
God,
Adam's ass.
he
Not
told Adam. Adam was the one given the commandment. It was never given to Eve. Okay. It was never given to Eve, which says one of two things. It says both of these things. Number one, okay, this here was a commandment that was given to only one person, that he was supposed to have taught that to her.
he was supposed to taught her.
See, again, how many of us got knowledge that we hold on to? You're given the knowledge, but you hold on to it
You don't want to
and
share
don't
it.
want to share it. How many of us, now you know we are in entertainment. How many of us have known about auditions and known about, bad 360 contracts and shit, but you
But
know
you don't
about it,
share it
but you hold on to it
instead of helping the next
and you
person so
don't
that they
teach
don't
that
have
to
to go
somebody.
through.
Right,
Yeah, you don't want
right,
it's supposed to be each one teach one. So if I
right,
learn something and I know something, why would I want to allow, hey, Ro, why would I want to allow the next person to have to go through the hardship that I went through? And there are so many people who are like that. Well, fuck it, I had to go through it.
right,
I just really
right,
feel like that's the wrong mentality. You should be wanting. Now, some people gonna go through what they're gonna go through no matter what. You know, remember grandma
right,
said, hard head make us all fast. Sometimes you just got to learn the shit on your own. But
right.
you are a disservice to everyone when you don't at least allow them to know what you know. And
This
they can
is
learn
called
from it.
this is called being responsible.
Mm,
Okay, it's
mm-mm.
it's it's being responsible and it's being accountable. See, everything. I don't care how much you say you're a grown ass, whatever, 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 whatever,
Mhm.
whatever, whatever. Your life ain't your life. Your life is for someone else.
You are
Everything that
always
we
here
go
to give
through,
back to the
everything
next
that we
person.
experience, everything that we learn, after we become the student becomes the
The
teacher,
teacher.
because now it's up to you to take the information and disseminate the information.
And understand that
Okay,
you ain't gonna never be finished learning. Because
boom.
the day that you know it all, you might as well go ahead and close your eyes. So when you walking around here thinking can't nobody tell you nothing, hey baby, can't nobody
That's
tell you
princess.
nothing. Oh, that's princess. Hey
Yeah,
princess. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Can't nobody teach you nothing because you've learned so much.
right,
There
right,
is always some more knowledge out there. The minute that you think you know everything and you too good because can't nobody tell you shit. I don't learn
right,
all this
right,
shit.
right,
You can't tell me nothing. Then go on and close your
right.
eyes because there ain't nothing here that you can do. Because if you're not willing to learn and you're not willing to teach, what you here for?
Exactly. And there you have it. Okay, and there you have it.
I'm just
So in that, I like to, when I'm telling everybody and asking everybody, I was like, listen, I need for you, look over your life.
mhm.
What has always been your forbidden tree? And I'm not talking about just in the romantic sense, because it's quick for us to go talk about a man or a woman or whatever. Okay.
That's a
We're
good
quick to do
question.
that. Okay, because that's easy. But here's where we dig deep. We
Mhm.
dig deep. How many times have you, when your forbidden fruit was possibly, maybe not getting in the car? Maybe you were supposed to have taken the train or the bus. Okay, and your forbidden fruit was, okay, I don't have the money to spend on Uber and Lyft and carrying on, but you did it
Mhm.
anyway.
But you did it anyway. Mm.
But you did it anyway, and now you sit up here scraping and scraping, trying to find out what's going on at the end of the road. How
Okay.
is it I don't have the money for this because you spent it all in Uber?
Now I got
See,
one that I think is mine, and it's probably a little bit of yours too.
uh-huh.
How many times we just so willing to help even when we don't have.
Oh, you went right there.
I had
Oh,
to, because you know I'm in the midst of that. I
you know
know
you right there.
we do this because the giving heart that we have, every single never going to claim it up. Exactly. I try to learn something every day. That's why I'm into documentaries and shit like that. It could be the stupidest thing, the most serious thing, the most scientific thing, whatever it is. I try to learn something new every day.
Right.
But that forbidden thing for me is, now I've gotten better with it over the years. Because you know, I was the neighborhood mom. Somebody was in need of something. They needed a place to stay. They needed to eat, whatever. No matter how bad we were struggling,
Right.
I always did that. I had to come to a place where I say, listen, you got to get right. You know what I'm saying? You try to
Right.
help everybody else, but there are very few that's going to help you if you in that same predicament.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
I.e., when I had to tell some people last week, oh, well, we ran out of stuff. Let me put in the call.
Okay.
Bitch, it's a million motherfuckers over here and I done ran out of food. What
Okay.
do you do? Girl, bring your ass on around here.
Right.
We do this
Right.
all the time. And I hope for me that even though it's been a long time since I had to be like that, I hope that it's a whole long other time before I have to do it again.
Right.
Because I can tell y'all without giving y'all the full story. My whole thing is right now, I don't have a problem with helping somebody as long as it will not disturb my peace. My peace is everything to me now. And people who are younger who watch us, I want y'all to understand it don't seem like that big of a deal right now to you. But the older you get, your peace of mind is going to be every goddamn thing. It is going to be way more important than money, cars, this.
Oh, honey.
Goddamn, the peace that you have up here and to understand
Say
that it's
that.
yours, it's
Say it,
yours. It
honey.
don't belong to nobody else.
Keep talking. I'm gonna go down for a second. Keep talking.
Okay. So when you let somebody disturb your peace, you've given them the ability to just fuck up your whole goddamn headspace.
Wow.
You letting them live rent free in your damn head. They living rent free in your shit. So say say you need to help somebody, right? You help somebody, you say, okay, well, you come, you can stay, blah, 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 blah. These are and you really explain it, because back in the day, I ain't even give no rules or nothing like that. I just been like, all right. And then when somebody start getting on my nerves, then I'll be mad as shit. But I've learned that we have to have boundaries. Okay, we gonna help, then we need boundaries. Here's the boundaries. Please don't do this, don't do that. Make sure you clean up after yourself, blah, 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 blah. I give you these rules of the house. Not asking you anything, just abide by this. Please don't disturb my peace. Make sure anything you mess up, you clean up. Period. When a person goes against that, and every time you come into what you would now deem a common area, first of all, understand if I let you come in my space, I really care about you, because I don't like having on clothes when I'm in the goddamn house. Okay? So now I got to put on clothes to come out my goddamn room. You know, so if I'm coming in common areas and shit all fucked up, yeah, I'm pissed off. And I'm more pissed. I can be pissed off now because we talked about this beforehand. Back in the day, I would never set those kind of things. You know, I would just be so irritated, like, oh my God, I don't believe they this or they that, they doing this, they doing that. But if I say, well, I can't stop being who I am. If I'm able to help, I'm going to help. But now I'm more mature and I know what messes with me. So here we go. We need to do this first. Now, when we done already talked about that, blah, 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 and the shit ain't working, I ain't got no hard feelings, but you can't stay. A long time ago, I probably would have allowed people to be in my space for months and months or two, whenever they really actually got their stuff together or whatever, because I had committed to that. As I've grown, I know that I could break a commitment if you break it too.
And you know why? Because we come out of feeling obligated.
Right.
You
Because
know, we come out
you
of
want
feeling
content.
obligated to somebody else and trying to sit down here and say, oh my God, you know, what have I done? I promise, and I'm trying to not go back on my word and this,
Right.
that, and the other, you know. And it's like, and then it gets to a point where you're like, fuck that, because I'm tired of being the only one
Sticking to their word.
who's making all the sacrifices and carrying on just to make your life better. Now, let me put a proviso here, okay? Because part of it is the lesson that you and I will have to learn is how to find a balance in it.
Right.
Because it's part of our nature. This is a part of who we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we have to find the ultimate balance, because I was telling when we were talking after the Bible study, that was one of the messages. You know, God is a God of beauty and of balance, because he can't stand. They say God don't like ugly, but ain't too fond of pretty.
Neither.
Because God is a God of beauty. Because beauty is always in the eye of the beholder. What may be beautiful to you may not be to somebody else. But
Come on, say that.
but beauty is ever. Beauty is profound. Beauty is everlasting. Beauty is omnipotent. Okay.
Right. It's a vast
beauty is
it's just vast.
Right. It's very vast. And so is balance. Because one of the things about balance is you can't have one without the other, the polar opposite. We got hot, we got cold, we got light, we got dark. Okay. You have day, night. Okay. Everything is about balance. Look at your body. Okay. You have a pH balance for a reason, because the second that pH balance is off, your entire body is fucked up. The entire body is fucked up. Everything is about balance. Everything. If you break it down into the science of it,
I was going to say, think about the equilibrium. If it's off, that's when it's off balance. You usually can't get this. You can't walk straight. Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not balanced.
Because it's not balanced. You know, they tell you that. They tell you that inside you got to find the point of center. You could carry something. You could carry something. You could take a plank of wood and put it on your finger, as long as you got the right center of balance to where it is right there, and it's not going to weigh it down. And you know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. And so with that, anytime that you are off balance or off kilter or whatever, everything becomes awry until you get back into center. So having said all that, this is why understanding what your forbidden tree is, you have to understand. If you do not know what your forbidden trees are, and I think in our world, honey, we have more than one, because I think what it is the fruit from the tree. Right. Okay. It's the fruit from it. Because oftentimes it was, and catch it now, because see, there's so much wisdom in just the story. I don't care how religious you are, just listen to the story. Because the story is, it was the most beautiful tree. It had the prettiest fruit. Okay. Had the prettiest fruit. It stood alone. It was tall. It was big. It was strong. Okay.
But that story, Meech, let's dig into that story.
Come on, let's do it. Let's do it.
That story, y'all ain't never wonder why God said you're gonna make all this beauty and then say no, you can't have it. You're gonna make the most tempting thing in the garden, but you can't. You better not eat from it.
Wait a minute.
Everybody ever wonder why?
But here's the thing. You just said a word that did it, because this is why the question is, what is your tree? Because the word is tempt. Because remember, the way the story is told, nobody knew about temptation until after they ate it. They ate from the tree. They didn't know about what temptation was. All they saw was that the tree was lovely, the tree was beautiful. And again, Adam had the commandment.
Right. And they believe the serpent, in some stories, the serpent was supposed to have been Lilith.
Right, in some stories, right.
So did because in some stories, Lilith came first. For all you people who don't know who Lilith
Right.
is,
Yeah.
I think the Catholic stories talk about Lilith. Um, but she was supposed to have came first, and she wasn't with it. She wasn't with it. So she was cast out, right? She was cast
Something, yeah, whatever that was. She was very that way, and it's not told of her. But then
out
God put Adam to sleep and then created Eve
and
from the
created
rib.
Eve
Yeah.
from his rib. Because when he created him and Lilith, they were equal.
Right.
Remember? He did that together. They were supposed to be equal, but then he made supposed to have made Eve from his rib. But that always made me wonder too. Did Adam actually tell her we ain't supposed to eat from that?
Not until after. The
Okay.
way the story goes, he
Because if
never
he
told
told her,
her.
then in my head, you just was hard headed as Lilith ass.
Right.
You
The
was
way the story is taught, the way I've always believed it to be taught. He never said anything to her until afterwards, because her plea was, "Oh, but the serpent said this and the serpent said that." He said, "But no, we're not supposed to eat of the tree." That's what she was arguing. What do you mean we're not supposed to eat of the tree? Because God just don't want us to know what He knows,
right.
and
Because if
and,
you
and,
look in
and
the
got into
story,
his head.
when God came back in after they ate it, and
Right.
it was hiding. Remember, they put the stuff
And,
on
right.
it.
Who
He
told you?
said,
Who
"Who
told you you was
told you you
naked?
was naked?"
Who told you was naked? Because you didn't know.
They
You
said,
didn't know
"We
what the hell
did
naked
because we
is.
were naked." Well, who told you? So
Who?
to me, the fruit was to take the veil off their eyes.
Interesting. Okay.
It took a veil off their eyes. But like we always say, God told Adam he didn't tell Eve that. So I always was like, why Eve always got the bad damn rap? Because God
Eve,
didn't tell Eve, he told Adam.
Eve got the bad rap because hell, y'all know everything about the Bible, honey, is from a man's
Amen.
point of view
From a
anyway.
man's point of view.
And at that particular time, well, I can say at that time because now we're still in that time where the hierarchy is the male is supposed to be the head and blah 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 blah. And at that time, with all of that, women were still property. So of course, she was the bad, she was the evil, she was okay. But taking it out of that particular context, what I love about it is this. Let's go back to what your personal forbidden tree is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because oftentimes, like we say, it was pretty, it's standing there. Okay, all you know is just there until somebody come and get into your ear.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Uh-huh.
So for them to see it, for Eve to see it, because we don't even know if Adam thought it was beautiful.
Right. Good point. Good point. Good point.
And think that it was beautiful. That was in her eyes.
Right. Right.
Now, she said he'll take a bite of this goddamn apple, Adam, because this shit tastes good. Adam, the fuck? God told your ass not to eat from that goddamn tree. So you could have just left Eve ass out there by a motherfucking self. Because for real, she wouldn't have been held accountable for it because you had never told her that she wasn't supposed to eat from
Boom. How about that? But he wanted to be ride or die, right?
Ride or die. Come on, Bonnie and Clyde. They the first Bonnie and Clyde.
But he wanted to be ride or die. Okay. The original ride or die, right?
Original ride or die.
And fucked up the church's money. Fucked up the thing. Okay, that's fucking Daniva, y'all.
We love Daniva. The first time I heard Daniva say that, child, I clearly almost fell off my fucking bed. What I love about stuff like this is, remember back in the day, because we were always taught, you learn the word, you go by the word, you don't question the word.
Right.
Now we live in a different time when we are digging deeper into the holy books and breaking down what actually happened. And like we know that, for me, I believe that the books are a guide.
Yeah.
Other people who feel like you're supposed to follow it to the letter. Well, in my opinion, because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings or bruise nobody's ego, but in my opinion, we can't follow it to the letter because we don't live in those times.
Number one, and the times have changed since then. And the other thing that gets us, and this is, I don't want to turn this completely to a Bible story, but I mean study. But what happens is we get inundated with a lot of scripture and inundated with a lot of principles. But what I like to do, and I try to teach the way Jesus was teaching, the way how they taught Jesus teach, and that there's in parables. This is the kind I'm asking everybody.
We storytellers. I love parables.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking everybody. What is your personal tree? What is that tree? Because again, just like you said, I like how you said that we don't know if Adam saw the tree as beautiful the same way Eve did, and that's very, very that's delicious right there. Because that's what attracted her. See, when Adam was told don't fuck with it, he didn't bother, so he wasn't attracted to the tree.
Yeah, I was going to say he wasn't
but
attracted
she
to
was,
it. He's
right?
Been told not
he already,
to
right, but she was, right?
She was.
So now, okay, and then became the question, well, how come we can't? But it's so pretty, and it's so now how many of us now,
go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
How many of us have that? You know, don't touch that car, honey. You know you can't afford that car. Oh, but God, I just got to have this car, child. I know I get behind. Just let me test drive it. Just let me test drive it.
Look at God. Look, do you okay? God bought to me. No, the hell he didn't, because you
no, because you knew. How many of us got that house when you weren't supposed to get that house, honey? But you done sat down there and finagled your way into these little predatory loans. What you thought was a blessing.
All that shit done went up again. And going up
what more. You thought was a blessing. What you thought was a blessing, because you went against what you know your spirit told you.
Yep.
Okay, all because.
Wait, when you say that, I just hear Cole say, Uncle Meech, well, next time your spirit tell you something, you tell your spirit.
Right. Right. Okay, and that there is what we all have that person. I'm telling y'all, dealing with this, okay, and looking at it from that particular standpoint. When we had this discussion the other night, okay, I said, "Oh, that's a word, honey. That's a word." I said, "Y'all gonna make me preach something," because
I'm gonna have to come in on the Bible study. I've been out of body, but I'm gonna come in on a couple of them.
It's on Wednesdays. They do Bible. They do.
I know it's on Wednesdays live on the show, right?
Yeah, at 7. Yeah.
I love when we're able to take things and then dissect them, or at least hear somebody else's point of view.
Right.
Because you never know, somebody else might say something of what they got out of a certain word.
Right.
Oh snap! Now that make more sense.
Right. Exactly. And that there is what it's supposed to do. At the same time, just the practicality of it, because when we look through all of our lives, when we look through these particular stories, this is what keeps us on point. And this here, when we deal with stuff, I want us to get into the idea of learning how to become accountable for us. So a lot of times we want to blame the devil for shit, honey. The devil ain't got shit to do with it. That's you. Ain't got shit to do with it, honey. That was all you. Not paying attention. Not, you know,
you're like, oh, the devil trying to.
No.
You're supposed to listen to. Don't blame it on nobody.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I get tired of getting. See, you know, I call that devil worship. Anytime we start giving the devil too much credit, you know, I personally think that that's devil worshiping. Because the devil is busy. The devil and why are you giving the devil that kind of praise? Fuck him.
Why are you giving him so much?
If that's what you believe, child, okay.
When you made,
but I don't have time to give negativity that kind of praise and that kind of energy. I know it exists. But let me focus on how to get out of this shit. I'm not going to give all that kind of praise, because if you praise it.
You think about when you first made the decision, it was, oh, look at God.
Right.
Now when it get all fucked up because of your own shit. I mean,
because of you.
We don't take our own accountability.
Right.
That's what we've done.
Right.
I'm glad that I've learned as I got older. Not saying that I blame stuff on other people, but I know back in my like late 20s and stuff like that, I was in the woe is me. Why is this happening to me? Blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah. Instead of saying, bitch, stop making them choices of motherfuckers that's going to come in your life and do fucked up shit. And now you miserable again. I had
Stop
to take accountability.
eating the fruit from the forbidden tree.
Because that damn sure wasn't. Think about it.
Okay.
So that was, even though God had told Adam that was the forbidden fruit from that tree, right? When you think about it, Eve became his forbidden fruit.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna look. Okay, wait a minute.
Think
Okay,
about it.
if
Think
I'm
about it in the context of this conversation.
Oh, that's wow. Oh, you better. I will hit you in your arm. I'm gonna hit you. Oh, hit you in your arm. Hit you in your arm. Hit you in your arm. Okay, hit you in your damn arm. Damn it, that's good. Okay, now wait a minute. Now I told y'all my camera not working, so if y'all see me looking over, because I got to look at the screen, I'm running the board, so I'm not ignoring y'all. I got to go and see what's over here because I'm trying to get to the comments. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, Red, you over here? Oh shit, he been over here in the damn thing. Hold on, let me bring you in. Hold on.
I'm gonna hit my screen, babe.
Hey,
how y'all doing?
Hey,
what's
boo.
going on?
What's happening?
Child, listen, you know I've been on fire ever since we had that discussion the other night. I titled today's show, "What is your forbidden tree?"
Right.
And yeah, honey, yeah.
Yeah, I just realized it was really Eve. That was her. That was his. It was Eve's ass. Cause she could have ate it. He could have went back and said, "God, I ain't get a chance to tell her. Can you please forgive her?" Nah, you took your monkey ass over there and you ate some too.
Oh, Groove said, "One of my trees is no boyfriend ever again till God sends him. I'll know when I meet him because we'll have enough in common inside." Oh, okay. Not what is that one of your? My problem with men is that they look outside first and want to rip up every forbidden fruit of every woman available to them. All right.
Oh wow.
Okay. My big thing is I don't want anybody consistently disturbing my peace of mind. In my parents' relationship, I witnessed my mom disturb dad's peace for years. Not for me. Okay. Hi, what you say that ain't for me? Okay. Good evening, Meet Aunt Nikki. Hey, Michael, what's going on, baby? You see a beautiful car. I hear a beautiful room. I don't think boom boom is cheaper than the car. You're too attracted to the expensive beauty. Interesting point. Okay. Okay, Fat Tat is up in here. Hey y'all, what's up, Fat Tat? What's up, girl? Hey, Aunt Nikki, baby. Red. Okay. What's tea? Now listen. Okay, let me come back over here so I can see my face. Again, like I said, whatever this is, and no, Tay was up in here for a second. Tay, you still here?
Well,
yeah, because she said, "Have you tried to shut down your laptop and reboot it?" I did not, because we were getting ready to get into this, and I didn't want to tear up nothing and then end up tearing up some shit. Okay, so I'm have to shut it down or whatever to see if that's what's gonna reset the camera. Okay, the camera.
The camera.
Okay. I miss y'all. Hey, baby, we miss you too, sister girl. So here is where that is, and I'm Red. If you want to come in on this before we change subject, because I just got a cute segue. You just gave a cute little segue into the next subject. But I want us to look at our own lives when we talk about the forbidden fruit, and not just in the proverbial sense, because we know it when, we always quick to point out when we know we done did some fucked up shit, Oh Lord, honey, I was wrong, because you knew you was wrong. Okay, you knew it. Okay, it's the times when you think you're right, but your conscience and your spirit gets disturbed, and it won't give you peace. See.
So can I ask a question? You mind? Y'all mind if I ask?
Go for it.
This question is to both of y'all, right?
Okay.
So what you're saying is
Anytime you start off with
we as human beings control every aspect of what goes on in our lives. So you saying the good and the bad, you know what I'm saying? The mess ups and the greatness is all based on the choices we make, and it's all our power and it's all in our hands.
What I'm saying is we're given that dominion. And what happens is, it's more than just free will. It's more than just free will, because free will is just the ability to say whether or not I'm gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it. You know, it's the surface shit. The underlying to it is when we don't have balance in our human state and our spirit state, okay, to have the happy medium, because we exist here in this plane. When we don't have that happy medium, yeah, we do become responsible for all of that, because if you're not taking accountability and responsibility, in scripture, they say repent. If you don't repent for what you've done, it starts all over again. You're going to remain in that spot until you go and seek repentance and come into a higher place.
Well, it's like my favorite lyric.
So even through repentance, even through repentance, you see that? Even through repentance, you still have to be accountable for the sin that you commit.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's like this. You can't go out every day and say, okay, well, I know it's wrong, but I'm finna go in here and bust this chick in her mouth and everything. I'm gonna repent and ask, forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Because God is a forgiving God, and He got me. You know what I'm saying? Boom, we're all the way back to zero again. Let's start over. No, you can go in there. You can do what you do by choice, and you can go and ask God for forgiveness. He's gonna forgive you, but best believe He's gonna get spanked for what you did.
And what that's called, here's what that's called is, that's planting seeds. See, let's make something clear.
Mm-hmm.
Repentance is not just going to say, I'm sorry to God because I know God is going to forgive me. That's not repentance. Right. What that is playing. Because anything, and we take this across the board. You know, when somebody comes to you, when one of your kids came to you and said, Daddy, damn, I'm sorry because, I did something, I was wrong. Woo. And you know the difference when they truthful and something that scared the shit out of them, they ain't gonna do it no more. Mm-hmm. And when they just telling you a story just because they think that's what you want to hear.
Right.
Right.
Okay. You know the difference. And that's the same thing here. You can't just go and sit there and say, oh well, Lord, I'm just gonna say I'm sorry because God is a forgiving God and God know my heart. Mm-hmm. That ain't
but if you're seeking any type of
heart. So if your heart ain't genuine, you know that too.
Well, if you're seeking any type of salvation, it's supposed to be from the heart. If it's not from the heart, it's not heard no way.
It's not done. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Your heart, you know when you sincere and when you're not.
Exactly. And a lot of that, this is
I just feel like the whole biblical balance and imbalance between Adam and Eve, everybody's opinion about that particular story, is always based on, when people get to talk about Adam and Eve, it seems as though, now I'm not saying you're giving a sermon about it. I'm saying when people have discussions about Adam and Eve,
right,
they always seem to adhere to their own personal issues.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't think so. Like that.
In order for it to make sense, you have to. What the whole idea of the parable is to make it make sense so folks can get the story. Okay, because to tell the story the way that it is,
so you understand You understand? Okay, this is what I mean. You just said the parable and all that. You understand? Do you understand somebody snatching your rib out, making another person? Do you even get that today in 2022?
A lot of folks won't, but okay, they won't.
That's what I mean about the imbalance of thought process then and the thought process now. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, Adam could have told her, right? But think about men and what Nikki said about her being really she's the apple, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
Eve was his fruit. It was Eve.
Think about it's not about temptation. It's about knowing how to handle yourself in temptation. It's temptation around you all the time, 24/7, every day, no matter what corner you turn.
Right.
It's up to your mind and your heart. And what are you tempted? What are you going to do to protect your soul?
What is your tree? That goes back to that. What is your tree? Right. Right.
Understand that those stories, each person may interpret them stories different. And for me, y'all know I'm a free thinker. I believe God, especially if you go into it with a pure heart and you're reading because you want to understand and stuff like that, God will give you the message that you're supposed to have.
Right.
I'm
right.
not
Out of
to
it.
get
Right.
the message that somebody else gets.
Right.
It's going to come to me in the way that makes it make sense for me. That's how I see it. Now, somebody might not agree with that, but that's just my opinion. Like, my heart is never heavy about stuff like that because I'm constantly learning. I might read a scripture or a surah that I've read way back and read it. And I got a whole different meaning for it now because right now it's giving me something else.
Right. But a lot of that comes from experience and growth.
What's that? I walked around a lot of years, and you probably can figure this because maybe it's come from the youth, you know what I'm saying, growing and elevating in life. But I walked around a lot of years believing my salvation was my own. But none of our salvation and what we do spiritually in our lives are our own. It's not.
That's right. That's right. That's right. What
I thought about, I'm going to tell you something. Nikki don't even know. Nikki was the last chapter of my Quran.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? No, she taught me ways of understanding and not having to be so serious about Muslims and all that. She could, because I had cut a line to that. I wouldn't even talk about this stuff because of stuff I've seen growing up, places I've been. You understand? I walk past it every day. I had to know how to walk past that building with respect.
Right.
Okay? And people don't understand that sometimes, like we always say, your story is not your own. Everything you go through is for somebody else.
It's for somebody else, right?
And I step back and I look at where I'm at now and where I was, and no matter what I've done, whether it was sinful or something great or elevating somebody else's life, I just step back and look at it and said, my good was always better than my bad.
Baby, that's what I was always taught. When it's time to go to is your good going to outweigh your bad?
That there is what that's the definition of how I believe that your tree will bear its fruit. You are known by the fruit of your labor, honey. Your fruit will tell what it is. It's going to tell. It's going to tell, regardless of what it is that you've done in this life. Is everything that you've done, and then it brought me to a whole new interpretation of what they said. What you do for Christ will last. You know that scripture and carrying on. But I came into a whole different meaning of that because it's like everything that I've done with the Christ consciousness, with the heart, you know, wanting to make sure and seeking after mankind and all of those things that was about promoting good and promoting growth and promoting folks to get into their higher self, their better self, whatever they're going to call it, whether it's getting closer to God, understanding what their higher power is, however they choose to see it. Whatever I've done to get them to that point, you know, was part of the journey and part of my work, you know, and that there is the fruit that's going to show on the leaves, you know. And that there is part of what this is. So when we have these kinds of discussions and we look at individually. You know, the whole idea of the forbidden tree is just that, because it's come down into it like a blooming onion. It can have so many different variables,
Right.
you know, how to look at it. Just like you said, well, hell, the forbidden fruit became Eve once she ate the fruit. Then she became the forbidden fruit, and and that's something that you know, has been a thought that I never even put together.
Well,
You know,
you're thinking when you propose, what's your forbidden fruit? Like propose.
yeah, your forbidden fruit,
Now,
right?
open up and say, well, damn.
Right.
I had already told him, don't fuck with that tree. Now I done told you.
Right.
So the tree wasn't appealing to him. The tree
Right.
wasn't appealing to him. Eve was.
Right.
That
Boom.
was what it was appealing to him. That was the
boom.
beauty.
And that is
So
boom.
his
And
beauty
that's where
pulled him into something that he knew had already been told to him not to do.
okay.
Hey, hey,
Or your cup of ice.
over there, I've been trying to get to it. I'm waiting to commercial. I'm
Okay.
waiting to go to commercial.
Okay.
I'm sitting here thinking when we talk about the good outweighing the bad, you know, Redman calls and he talks with Lily all the time, and then he has his video visits with her, and he's teaching her the things in Islam that he wants her to know. Now, I'm giving her a more well-rounded thing because I've grown so much. I'm giving her all of it. So he told her, you have two angels, one on your left, one on your right. The one on your right writes down all the good that you do. And the one down on the left documents all the stuff that you do that ain't so good. This is taught in the Quran and stuff, right? So when she asked, she said, oh my God, Grandma, they be seeing everything. I said, yep. Look, yeah, I know we ain't supposed to scare the kids, but and then if she start doing something like out of character, I'll be like, what your angel on your left shoulder gonna be writing down today? Baby,
Okay.
right on up. She's scared of that.
Okay, right.
So teaching them the balance that you to do good and have a good heart, you gonna feel better. Cause you already know how many times we did some fucked up shit. We knew it fucked up and it was like, all right.
Right. Right. Because you was at peace with it and you didn't care.
You didn't even care.
You
later on in life, you had to be like, when you think about all the times when you know you've been doing good for a long time, fucked up shit happened. Cause remember way back when you did the fucked up shit,
right?
It came back around because even though you're doing better, you still gotta pay for what you did.
Listen, y'all hear me say this all the time. Every seed planted in fertile soil, honey, has a harvest time.
Right now, we got this whole thing going on with Roe versus Wade, right?
Right.
Y'all know I'm transparent. I've had 2 abortions. Now, the first one I had, Brian knew damn well about it. He went with me, then got mad and tried to tear up the place, told him to give us back the money. I went, show the fuck out in the place. But they had already inserted what they insert in the woman first, and then you come back the next day. And they was like, well, even if we gave her back the money, she's still not going to have the baby because it was the thing that opened your cervix up. So this is a safer place for her to be to do it. But then after that, I had got pregnant again. And y'all had to understand, yes, this is my husband, but my husband wasn't acting like a husband. I'm still being a wife, but you ain't being a husband. So I decided to get another one on my own, and that ate me up. And it was twins and everything. To this day, my little sister still has the ultrasound at her house.
Wow.
And I had to come to terms with that one day. And one day I was at work. I swear to God, y'all, I swear, all my kids, all my grandkids, I was at work, I know, doing my mental health thing. And I called Brian. I said, yo, I need you to come over to the site right quick. I talk to you. Got there and I said, listen, God just told me I needed to tell you this. I needed to tell you, and I need to tell you right now, get it up off my heart, because I'm never going to be able to be at peace with this. And I told him, I said, hey, I went back. I got another one. In my mind, I just felt like he was doing so much fucked up shit. I didn't want to bring nobody else. I I mean, he was upset. He didn't cuss and fuss enough, and he just looked at me, gave me one of them looks and got in the car and pulled off. But I had to get that off my chest. Sometimes you can just get it off your chest with God. You know what I'm saying? Some things that we do, I believe that you can just get right with God with it. Like, God, I'm truly sorry for this.
Exactly.
Give me. But there are some things, and like I said, that was put on my heart. God said, no, you got to tell him.
Right.
I heard it clear as day. It wasn't
Right.
even, that shit was probably a year after I had did it. And
Right.
out of nowhere, I heard that voice. You got to tell him, and you got to tell him right now. What'd you say, Red? Your thing breaking up.
Yeah, you froze for a second. What's up?
You might have to go out and come back in.
Yeah.
Because you froze and got slurred.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. You good?
I said, did it bother you to tell him?
A little bit. Yeah. It hurt to tell him. Because I knew how he reacted when we went together for the one that I had got rid of and we were together. So to tell him that I did that again and it wasn't one, but it was two. I remember when the lady told me, she said, we got a problem. I thought she was going to say it was too late. I'm like, oh shit, did I miscalculate? What the fuck? She said, the problem is it's not one, it's two. I looked at her, and at the time, because I wasn't in a remorseful state right then. And I looked at her and I said, if I ain't want one, what the hell make you think I want two?
Wow.
It wasn't till almost a year later when I started feeling like, yeah, that's fucked up. Like I said, all this stuff going on with Roe versus Wade, I still believe we should have the right to choose because it's our body. Would I, if somebody came to me and said, should I get one? I'm always say that has to be your choice. Do I think it's right? It's like a mixed up thing for me because I can't tell somebody else what to do. I know what I felt in those times, but then I did feel remorse after.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it hurt. It hurt to have to tell them. I didn't. It was like, but I felt like I had to be obedient because the voice that I heard that told me to tell him out the blue, there was no doubt in my mind that God said, you're going to do this and you're going to do this right now. And I felt like I had to be obedient and do it right then. I didn't know what was going to happen. I mean,
right.
God put his hands on me, but I seen him mad as fuck before. And to have to tell me that I was willing to deal with whatever the circumstances was going to be. I had to.
Okay. Very, very interesting, honey. All right. What is your forbidden tree, honey? Let's take a break right there. When we come back.
Oh God, I'm going to get my eyes.
When we come back, darling, listen, we're going to go into another topic, child. That's good.
We having fun? What we talking about?
Darling, darling, darling. I'm going to put this out here because, honey, according to this topic, honey, Red is gay.
He is.
Yeah, I'll explain when I come back, honey. I'll explain it when we come back. I'll explain it when we come back, baby. This is going to be a cackle and a half for your nerve, honey.
Red, when we go out, when we go to commercial, go out and come back in so your thing will get cleared up.
Okay.
Welcome to Alo Nana. Treat yourself to the luxurious experience of having all natural shea butter soaps and body balms that will soften, radiate, and even exfoliate your skin. Alo Nana products are designed with you in mind to promote overall health and wellness the way the nature intended. No dyes, no colors, no chemicals. Just pure love, like receiving a hug from grandma. Get your Alo Nana today. Contact Aunt Nikki on IG or call 267-629-1364. Alo Nana, building a legacy, not a letdown. We are here to follow the instructions. For it is written, what is done unto the least of them has been done unto me. When I was hungry, did you feed me? When I was naked, did you clothe me? When I was in prison, did you write or visit me? When I was thirsty, did you give me something to drink? When I was a stranger, did you welcome me? We're going to help our fellow human. We're going to do all that we can to spread God's divine love throughout this land. In season and out of season, to help God's people will be the reason. Outreach goes beyond the walls of a building. We are Passionate Riders Outreach Ministries. We're not asking for your permission. We're not seeking your approval. We're claiming what's ours in the name of our ancestors. We are their answered prayers. This is more than a movement. This is a revolution. Black innocence. What are yours today?
It's all back. It's don't back. It's all back. It's all back. It's don't back. It's all back. It's all back. It's don't it's all
Put it on the YouTube. I'm gonna put this on the YouTube. Hey Demetrius, what's going on, Demetrius? Dennis Taylor, what's going on, Big Meech? They call me Big Meech. Larry Hoover. That's right.
Angelo Ellerby, the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, is the founder, president, and CEO of Double Exposure Media Relations. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in publicity, photography, artist promotion and artist development, makeup artistry, event production, and EPK development. Celebrating over 45 years in the industry, Angelo believes that a culture that does not take care of nor respect its artists is a culture that leaves nothing behind to appreciate. Let Angelo help you make dollars and cents of the entertainment industry. Contact Double Exposure Media Relations at 201-224-6570. That's 201-224-6570.
And we are back. I'm gonna go solo for a minute till Nikki come back to her chair. What's going on, people? Honey, if you're just tuning in with us, honey, you're Dishy T with Big Meech and Aunt Nikki and the big guy ally over there, honey. That there is the big red fella. Okay, he's with us and carrying on, honey. I'm trying to find my next article. And what I'm hoping is I got to go refine it because damn it, I just sat down here and did the damn thing the wrong way, honey. I trying to get rid of all these open tabs and things and fucked it up. Done fucked up the thing. Come on, Daniva. Okay. Which I need to get Daniva to come on over here on the show, Chad. But she's been so busy lately, honey. She's been so busy. Po baby. But not Po, honey. She making her corn. How about that? In any event, darlings, listen, I'm trying to find this article, but until I find the one, let me go here, because this is the one that done pulled up. And y'all know, listen, okay, this is to my alphabet children and things, okay? I'm real sick of y'all, honey, okay? I was real sick of y'all. Well, not sick of you, but listen, what I'm sick of is that we're in a state where it seems as though everything is starting to go backwards. Okay, everything old is new again. Ain't that what the song says or whatever? But we're in this time and this place now where people have seemed to have lost their minds and are really in a state where it's completely unbelievable where they're trying to take us back to after we've made all these strides for progression and carrying on. Now, you all know that Florida has already passed what they call the Don't Say Gay bill, right? Okay, they've been deeming it that. And basically their bill is they're trying to keep folks from, quote unquote, teaching homosexuality and carrying on in grades, in all of the primary grades, kindergarten. I think they went up to, for the kindergarten to fifth grades or whatever. And they're banning books and they doing this and they doing that and carrying on. And basically they're trying to tell you, honey, if you say the word gay or mention gay or whatever, you could lose your job, you could do this, you could do that. Well, honey, here we go. Check this shit out here. Louisiana has a new Don't Say Gay bill. And according to their bill, one of the alphabet children, honey, who is a teacher, if the teacher comes out, that there will become illegal and become a crime. Let me read this to you. This is coming from LGBTQ Nation. Okay, this is dated for Wednesday, May 11th of this year. Republicans in the Louisiana House have used a rare procedure to review a Don't Say Gay bill that had previously died after a bipartisan vote had stalled the bill in the House Education Committee. Bill HB 837 would prohibit kindergarten through 8th grade public school employees from discussing sexual orientation and gender identity in general with students. The law would prevent kindergarten through 12th grade employees from discussing their own sexual orientations and gender identities, something that would make it illegal for teachers to reference their own gender or marital status, although it's unlikely that the bill would be enforced against cisgender or heterosexual teachers. Interesting, huh? State Representative Dodie Horton, a Republican, sponsored the bill, but it failed to advance out of the House Education Committee last week. But this week, the State House voted to override the committee's decision in order to give the State House a chance to vote on it. How about that? The procedure known as Committee of the Whole was used to work around the state's constitution, which requires a bill to be approved by a committee before moving it on into the State House. Republicans will now bring the revived bill to the floor vote. The bill is troubling for two reasons. First, it's part of a nationwide push by Republicans to ban LGBTQ issues from schools. Republicans have called opponents of these bills pedophilic groomers, effectively encouraging violence against them. Interesting. Second, if passed, the bill would likely roll back what little progress Louisiana schools have made on LGBTQ inclusion. A 2019 study by the Gay and Lesbian Student Education Network, otherwise known as GLSEN, found that 10% of students in the state were taught positive representation of LGBTQ people, history, or events. Additionally, 75% of state students reported experiencing anti-LGBTQ harassment in school. The numbers would likely worsen if LGBTQ issues are banned from classrooms. The bill's opponents have accused Republicans of overriding the standard legislative process to target LGBTQ people. I'm going to say alphabet, I'm tired of saying these letters. Anti-alphabet politicians are pulling out all the stops in their attempts to censor and control students and teachers, says Sarah Jane Gertie, Executive Director of Forum for Equality, the state's alphabet advocacy organization. It's absurd that politicians are resorting to this kind of behavior, in quote and unquote, Gildry continued. Quote, moving this bill forward at the expense of alphabet students' well-being is a shameful political trick. It's time for our elected officials to halt this bill once and for all and return their focus to the real reasons and real issues facing families in our state, like quality health care and economic programs, end quote. Peyton Michelle, secretary on the board of directors for Louisiana Trans Advocates, said, quote, positive representation of alphabet people and issues in schools is a critical part of creating an inclusive environment that protects alphabet kids' safety and well-being. This bill will also deny all students, not only alphabet students, the opportunity to learn accurate history and important lessons about the diverse world around them, end quote. Quote, I'm disappointed to see politicians putting partisan games above young people's rights and freedoms, Michelle added. But I'm so proud of the young people and families who have already spoken out against this dangerous censorship effort. And we won't stop fighting for a safe, supportive, and liberating education for all. Okay, children. Okay. Y'all talk to me. Hold on. Let me get back over here to the screen. Okay, y'all talk to me, honey. Okay, talk to me. Come on up in here. Y'all come on.
That's why I need these damn conservative ass politicians who keep saying all this shit to come on out the closet.
Okay.
Because there's too many of them in the closet ass people. They always the ones yelling at the loudest.
Okay, listen. Here is where I am with a lot of this. Okay, because I understand that. Wait, first off, let me say this. The people who are behind a lot of this shit are now in our age bracket, because the old geezers and stuff, yeah, they've been there for a minute and up in there and carrying on. But a lot of the people that are now supporting bills are in our age bracket. Okay,
that's so crazy.
So we understand that the world has changed and the world that we live in is this, that, and other. I get tired of people hiding a lot of their bullshit up under the guise of, oh, I'm a conservative. Because I keep telling y'all, conservative to me, every time I hear somebody who says that, this is why the idea of being a black conservative Republican is an oxymoron to me. Because when I hear conservative, I hear that you want a world to function the way that it did prior to 1920, because 1920 was when women got the right to vote. Okay, and that's when things started to turn around for women. It wasn't until 50 years later that we had the women's movement, but in 1920, women got the right to vote and let their voices be heard.
And that's
prior to that,
all the women, because the damn sure wasn't us.
It wasn't us, right? But that's my point. Prior to that, prior to 1920, this has been a white male-dominated rule. Women had very little say. Women couldn't do nothing with their bodies. They were limited in their jobs and carrying on what they could and could not do, and et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And this here, everything about what I hear people say, I'm a conservative, and we're trying to get old morals back and carried on. This to me is what I hear. So anytime I hear a black Republican say I'm a conservative, this is what I hear them saying. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense for you to be that conservative because it did not include you. You were not included in this equation that you're fighting for.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
You know, so now here we are, all of the strides that we have made as a people, and I'm gonna say this as a gay person, because I'm speaking as one of the gays. Because, one of the lesbians.
There's your blacks, your whites, your lesbians, and your gays.
Right. Okay. I'm saying that because the strides that we have taken, and we've been fighting for a long piece of time, and I need to shout out, what's her name, Lucy. Oh, what's her last name? She was one of the very first trans women, honey, to win a court case about her marriage, and she won. Okay, she won about her marriage, but then when they found out she was trans and everything, you know, she ended up getting a divorce later. But we have been fighting, but ever since, you know, we had them Stonewall rebellions and carrying on, and that there Stonewall and the riots that happened before. Stonewall is the one that got the notoriety. It was one in San Francisco that was before Stonewall, and it was one in New York that was before Stonewall as well. That a lot of folks confused because they're like, well, the Black Panthers was a part of that and this, that, and other. That wasn't the Stonewall Rebellion. That was another one that happened. But all of the strides that we have taken to fight for equality and carrying on that we're still fighting, all of the short steps that we have taken seem to be now everybody trying to push us back behind the 8 ball. They don't even want us back on square one. We're going all the way back to not being on square at all. Okay. All in the name of what? Politics and a fucking party. Everybody's doing this all because they're trying to salvage what little Republican Party this is. And for those who are part of the evangelical Christian right, who want to sit down and want to base policy on stuff that have nothing to do with you. You keep wanting to say the Bible this and the Bible that, but a lot of y'all have read it. You want to sit up there and take certain scriptures and then want to create a whole dossier around it, and it has nothing to do with mankind as a whole, because what ends up happening is you forget you got family members, you got somebody that's close to you that's going to fit in these little demographics, and now you're going to want special attention, special this, exonerations and all of that, when you're the one who are fighting the loudest for this shit. It is not making any sense. What we need is for folks to come to the table. Y'all banning books and carrying on with them same books. Folks banning books that we were taught to read. That's why I make the point that you're in our age bracket. These books y'all trying to ban, it was on the same fucking reading list.
And since when do we live in a communist country where somebody could tell us what the fuck we can read and what we can't read, what we can and cannot do with our bodies, where we can and cannot be who we want to be? Like telling them, you said the bill was saying something like, because I remember we talked about it before we went on the air and I didn't hear you in the beginning, but did you say the bill was saying like the teachers can't let them know that they're gay?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
like
they're making that illegal.
In the classroom, and we can't discuss no black subjects because we black. What the fuck?
Right.
Hey,
but
Bob,
here's the thing. You know what? Here's something that I want to put in everybody's mind, because oftentimes, and catch it, if somebody is clockable, honey, it's not the teacher that's up there and tell you that they're gay. It's the goddamn rumors. It's the other teachers. It's the students that sit there and say, oh, that's a fag. He gay. And it's not another. If I got a picture of me and my husband on my desk, I didn't ask you to give it to me. I didn't sit up there and say, this is what's going on.
Right.
I didn't say that. I didn't ask you. This is my desk. This is my family, and carrying on. These are the pictures. You assume teachers don't go around saying that shit now.
They don't.
Okay. Now, for those who are in schools where you have openly gay teachers and administrators that carrying on, that's not the topic. We don't go into school talking about how many what we done did, and carrying on. We don't go in there talking about how we date. We don't go in there talking about my husband like that.
Because that ain't what you did for. You didn't.
Not with the other students. Not with the students. We do that, and we on lunch break, and I'm with my sister friends or my friends,
the ones that you comfortable with.
That we trust and care, that we talk on lunch break or whatever. Ain't got nothing to do with these goddamn kids. Teachers are not doing that frivolously with the children, because it ain't none of your damn business.
Period.
It ain't none of your business how we do this, and I know we are very quick to shut it down in case kids want to be very inquisitive. In high school, junior high and high school, kids, because they being an ass.
Mm-hmm.
You got a girlfriend, Mr. Taylor? Why? Oh, I just wanted to know, because no, you don't want to know. That ain't none of your business.
Because y'all was over there talking about it, trying to figure out.
Right, trying to figure out. That ain't none of your business. Okay, and then here's the thing: in the world that we live in now, regardless of how I answer the question, everyone is going to have their own opinions and thoughts and rumors and this, that, and the other. So conjecture becomes a part of the teaching atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And so now it gets to a point where we all got to fight and carrying on. And now you're telling me that if it comes out or that I can't tell, the fuck is this? That you're going to make it illegal for me to talk about my marriage?
I'm trying to figure out down in Florida how they say it's illegal to say gay or say, what is it? To say somebody's gay, or I don't understand.
Well, what they deem it, don't say gay. Okay, quote in quotes. And basically what it is just it's going to amount to that, but that there is the primal nature of it. You can't talk about gay topics. You can't talk about, gay families or whatever to make it
You
seem
can't
like
talk
it's
about
normal.
James Baldwin and stuff like that. And
Right.
so we
Right.
Well, I guess we're going to take all the old episodes of Flintstones off.
Of who?
because that little Martian motherfucker was gay.
No.
Oh.
Their song. Meet the Flintstones. We'll have a gay old time. See?
Last time I checked, it was to mean happy, so I can't say we had a gay old time.
Which is welcome to the new age of of the Orange Clown. Okay.
I'm still trying to get over how the hell they allowing him to make these damn commercials. Every time I look around, oh yeah, because I endorse such and such and such and such. I'm like,
he put his own money in it. They make it. Because he paid it. Money talks. He bought him. He bought his those commercials.
Well, I'm sorry.
So that's what this is. And when I saw that,
violent, but Herschel Walker, sir, sir.
Listen, we talked about this the other day, Haji and I, and it's not so much that I don't think he can win because currently he's up in the polls. How about that? But the polls don't mean nothing at this point. Right. But he's up. The problem is that it's the messaging. Herschel needs to stick to doing his damn draperies, his hotel draperies, and the chicken or whatever that he does. That's his businesses. Stick there because politically speaking, he's dumb as a box of rocks, child. Okay, he doesn't say anything. He talks in circles. Every time he talk about an issue, he talks in circles. He talks so much and say nothing. I'm like, okay, what was this? You're not saying anything, dude. Look at his commercials. His commercials are absolutely political rhetoric.
And then when you hear that he's endorsed by dumbass,
endorsed by Agent Orange,
I'm like, what are you serious? Because at this point, even if I was a Republican, I don't want your fucking endorsement, sir.
So that's where we are. Okay, and it's crazy, but these are the times that we're in, and so now we got to navigate these waters, honey, until we're able to get back in the boat or something. Because right now, this is I'm gonna tell you, here in Georgia, ever since we had blue peaches, honey, the children have been upset, and it's no longer about
honey.
It is no longer about who is the right person for the job. Right now, these children are trying to make sure that the Republican Party is being heard. They making up shit. They're really making up shit in order to get the base going. Okay,
so it's crazy. Can I say something, Meech, about like I think Kemp and Purdue are saying the same thing in their ads, right? When they're talking about Stacey, right? They really made it seem like it was a bad thing because Stacey didn't want us to be one of the first states to be open.
Yes.
That's why we had one of the highest rates of all the COVIDs and all of the. Oh, if it was up to Stacey Abrams, we wouldn't have been open. We wouldn't have opened first. Kids wouldn't have went back to school first. How many times did the schools have to keep shutting back down and put them back in virtual because everybody kept getting sick?
Right.
They're listening to their commercials like.
Right.
And I'm like, but this makes sense to them.
It makes sense to them because, again, we're talking about people who are one issue people. They're not following this as part of a whole conglomerate. They're looking at this as one issue, okay, as something that they can exonerate. Have y'all seen the little commercial with Herschel Walker's son?
Oh.
It wasn't a commercial. It was more so like a Facebook or TikTok posting. Did y'all see that?
I don't think I saw that. I thought we was about to talk about that other commercial.
No. Okay, you know what? I'm
got it.
Wait a minute, honey. Wait a minute. Because, child, listen, little mistake, honey. Little mistake, honey. Okay, little mistake, honey. Okay. Oh, honey, wait a minute.
Next time I got my cup of ice.
It is just a holler and a half, child. Okay, hold on. Yeah, let me watch on Twitter. Okay, hold on, y'all.
Okay.
Wait. Wait. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. I got to make sure I got the sound.
Look, he's so tickled.
Wait.
He's gonna give us a real cackle over here.
Oh, honey. Oh, wait. I got to share the screen. Let me share the screen. Oh, come on. Do it right. Share. Oh, what are you doing, honey? Come on, give it to me. Girl. Oh no, honey. Miss Thing wanna act the real fool.
Oh no.
Okay, hold on. No, she wanna act a fool. She wants to act a fool right now. Hold on. I'm not giving her that kind of power. Hold on. Oh, you know what? She probably won't let me because my main camera is not in.
Oh, okay.
That you know what? Hold on. Okay, I'll tell you what. How could I do this? Oh, we finna get real creative, honey. Oh, we finna get creative as hell. I got it.
Okay.
Yep. Hold on. I got it. Yes, I do. I got my telephone. Can y'all see that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Nice and clear too.
Oh, wait a minute.
What is sound?
Let me start it over.
Is his mama white?
I don't know. I believe so.
Said Joe Biden was living the great unifier. It's just divisive to my bank account and my hard-earned money.
It's something in the, we can't really hear what he's saying. It's like a noise.
Okay, because
something Joe Biden.
Wait a minute. No. I know what it is. Hold on. Let me turn. Oh, if I turn my mic off, you probably won't be able to hear it. Damn. That's what it is.
That's what he was saying. I see his little happy ass over there.
Oh, honey. Child, this is just too much for the world and not enough people. It's too much for the world and not enough people.
I want to say the other word. They might be passing a bill here too. So I'm gonna say with his little happy.
No, you know what? No, they tried that shit, but we stopped it. We wasn't having it. Georgia, we blocked it. We blocked it. Okay.
First of all, I feel like that's some hateful shit. You ain't got shit.
It's all hate.
Shit, all of real problems and economic problems and stuff that we got going on. And these are the things that y'all sit up there and want to do bills about. Did y'all see that thing I had posted? It was a couple weeks ago. Meech, I meant to send it to you, but I think you liked it. Remember, they were like on, I don't know exactly where they were. I don't even know if it was America. Everybody sounded like they was American, but I wasn't sure. And they were basically like on like it looked like a house floor or something like that, right? All of these people were talking about a family or the rape. If somebody got raped and they wanted to get and they got an abortion, they have some kind of bill that they're passing that the family of the rapist can actually sue this motherfucker, sue the person that got raped. I swear, you can't make this shit up. Sue the person
for what?
I guess for killing the baby. I guess they're gonna call it emotional damages.
Okay, wait. You know what? Stop. Why am I acting surprised? There is a case in the judicial history where a rapist sued the victim because he caught an STD.
I know the fuck you lying.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I had so many people commenting on that post because I was sitting there, I was like, this. At first, I was like, this can't be real. But you could tell by the way that they were reading it out. You know how when they read in sections of different bills and stuff like that.
Right.
And read it, you know that this shit was real. Like they was going over to could the sisters and brothers of the said assailant sue the. So not only is the person being assaulted, I forget we ain't supposed to say the R word that much on these things. They might shut us down. You're getting assaulted, you're getting sexually assaulted, but then if you become
R word, what's R word?
Rape, I don't know. YouTube don't like us using it. I don't know. Or even if somebody commit, they unalive themselves. That's what everybody's saying now. You don't say the other word. Here.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's like people getting banned and stuff for just saying the word. I don't know why.
Oh, I see what they're doing. They're trying to take the doggone the amendments down from the reverse. They're trying to go reverse and take freedom of speech out of it.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. It's not gonna work.
It ain't gonna work. Y'all know I get banned all the goddamn time, so I don't even care. But I wanted to get shut our StreamYard and stuff down, so I'll try to be careful from time to time. I ain't gonna make no promises, but I'm just saying. So yeah, you telling me that somebody can get sexually assaulted, become pregnant, they abort this child, and now the assailant's family or the assailant can sue? I want to say where they do that at, but apparently somewhere here in America.
You know what? Now that there is fucking asinine.
So they get assaulted all over again.
And not only just asinine, but how dare you?
Thank you.
How motherfucking dare you insult my intelligence, desecrate in my face, and tell me that this motherfucker violated me and absolutely committed a whole crime against me and my person. And because I did not want to continue with a child that was created out of crime and out of evil and negativity, this motherfucker could come and sue me. And the sad thing about it is that they have a better chance of winning than I do, because if they crafty enough to think about that shit, that means they got some lawyer somewhere that's willing to take the case pro bono to make a name for themselves, to win and get a judgment against me. Use a motherfucking line that's coming all the way from the pit of hell, from the west side of hell, and I'm gonna send it back in love, bitch. No, that's hell to the motherfucking no.
I was so confused watching that. I'm telling y'all, before I do edit the video, I think I watched it at least 6 times, because I'm like, wait, I can't be hearing what I think I'm hearing. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, we talking about the person who got victimized. Maybe their family suing the other family. Like, I'm trying to make it make sense. And I'm like, no. What they're saying is the assailant and their family can sue.
Ridiculous. Listen, I'm gonna put that video link up in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put it in the private chat for y'all, so y'all can get it, so that y'all can go and click on it or whatever.
Share a thing on my screen. If we click on it, can we share it?
I'm not sure.
Really try. Okay, I'll try it.
Or you probably turn your camera around.
I gotta turn the camera around. Oh wait, hold on. Do I gotta do share first?
Can you? You probably won't be able to, because you're in.
It say share screen.
You got share screen?
Yeah.
We all got it.
Easiest with 2 monitors, but.
Hey, you know what? I can do it for you. You want me to do it?
Okay, because
let's see what you got.
Hold on.
Oh, because you got the dual monitor. You got your phone and stuff up, right?
No, hold on. I forgot this. I learned this other day.
Share screen was canceled. Make sure you click share on the
audio.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so apparently we can all do it. But go ahead, Rick, because you probably did it before. I've never shared when it was not me leading.
I believe I can do it.
Picking up going down the road. Who the fuck is Mr.
Mr. Leviticus. Okay.
We know that it ain't just pop up out of nowhere. It was happening back then too. Hey JoJo.
JoJo was in the building, honey.
Did you guys hear that Theo was moving here this weekend?
Who?
Theo?
No, he said, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. We haven't talked in a minute. He was trying to get down here.
He said he was moving here this weekend.
Oh, that's my little nephew, child.
Mm-hmm. I was
That's
like,
my little
okay,
nephew.
nephew.
Okay, cool. Cause yeah, I asked him about being entertainment for us at the
prom, right?
At the prom.
Yeah.
And he said, and he hinted. He said, "Well, you may not have to pay for gas and lodging because." I said, "Oh."
He posted
said,
it,
"But
and then
we'll
I hit
see."
him up. He posted it, and then I hit him up. I said, "If you coming for real?" He said, "Yeah," because he was saying, if anybody know about places he can do some dates and stuff like that. I was like, hit us
Oh,
up.
honey, yeah, we get him into open mics and all that kind of shit because I want to. Yeah, and he got product, honey. He can
I'm gonna
set
write
up
with
the
him.
table.
Yeah, he does. He does have merch now. I want to write some songs with him.
All right. Well, while we're waiting on that, honey, to share this, let me go in here because everybody's here. Y'all want a cackle? Do y'all want a cackle?
Yeah.
White nationalist leader says men having sex with women is gay.
Red. Oh, that's why Red gay. Oh shit, Red, you gay.
Okay, this is coming from again LGBTQ Nation. This is data for today.
What?
This is data for today, honey. Catch this tea.
Okay.
Prominent white supremacist Nick Fuentes is claiming that men and women having sex with one another is gay, and that being celibate is the only way for a man to truly be straight.
That shit don't even make no damn sense.
Wait, honey. He said, think about it this way. What's gayer than being like, I need cuddles, I need kisses, I need to spend time with a woman? That's very sus. Fuentes said in a December 2021 episode that resurfaced on social media, I need to spend time with a woman. That's a little sus, Lord. Nick Fuentes is one of the most prominent white supremacists in America. He's a former YouTuber. He got banned for violating its hate speech policy and now hosts a podcast on...
He gay.
Huh?
He's gay.
Hello. Hosts a podcast called America First. He also describes himself as an incel or involuntary celibate. Involuntary. Because he can't get laid. That's why.
That's what it is. Don't nobody want to give you nothing. Now you want to put it on everybody else that they this and they that. Boy, bye.
They say it's a subculture of mostly straight men who say that they are too unattractive to women to have romantic involvements with them, and it's characterized by both violent misogyny and ridiculous levels of self-pity. Earlier this year, Fuentes admitted to his followers that he kissed a girl when he was in high school, which made him lose incel credibility. Wait, Jesus. This is okay. You can't make this shit up. Okay. He said that he never wanted to kiss a woman again, which only fanned the flames, since that made him a voluntary celibate, pretty much by definition. So on America First, he defended his identity as an incel. Gay people do date girls all the time, he said. All these gay people are coming out and saying, I have had more girlfriends than Nick. I've had sex with more girls than Nick. That actually makes me more heterosexual than anyone, Fuentes said. If we're really being honest, never having a girlfriend, never having sex with a woman really makes you more heterosexual because honestly, dating women is gay, having sex with women is gay, and having sex with men is gay. Really, it's all gay.
So he's saying having sex is gay because he can't get none.
Because he can't get none. The only really straight heterosexual position is to be an asexual incel, he said, not using the term asexual correctly. Asexual people aren't attracted to any gender, whether or not they're celibate. That's it.
So that just say that you're not attracted to nobody. What that make? Or because it's something in you that making you hate yourself.
Exactly.
Because I mean, maybe it's some kind of condition where you are not attracted to either. Because I've never heard scientifically, medically, anything where you're not attracted to either gender. I've never heard that before.
No. It's there, but most of the time it's not necessarily not attracted, that they have no sexual desire. Okay. He said that's it. That's all there is.
He kissed a girl.
Right. Being a MGTOW, men going their own way, another word for the misogynist online subculture, incel is really the straightest position that you can have. Having sex in itself is gay, I think. I think that it's really a gay act, he said. I think really I'm like the straightest guy. I
think one time, get your ass back in here. I think people that had sex, right? Whether it was with a man or a woman. And what had happened was something like this.
Baby, I can't.
Me, something like this happened. So ain't no woman or no.
Well, you know what? It can work. I know people who have fathered children, honey, with
not
like
that. Embarrassed by yourself. He sounds like he's embarrassed by whatever it is that's going on with him.
Whatever that is,
he's unattractive. Because there's plenty of ass, ugly ass people. I'm not gonna call them up. There's plenty of unattractive people. Yeah, we can hear you. Plenty of unattractive people who still have relationships because they might have a beautiful personality. You know, it's like, oh, they got a beautiful personality.
Right.
You can go into a room and somebody can be what you deem to be very unattractive, but everybody love that person. Everybody's drawn to that person or whatever because it is.
Okay.
So don't blame it on your ass is ugly.
Right. Okay.
It's you. It's your self-hate. That's some self-hate shit.
Completely. I think I just found another way to download this video. Y'all got to see this because it's just a tickle.
Yeah, you know what, me. I keep bringing it up and it's putting it right next to me on the bottom, but it won't bring it up where y'all can see it. It's on there.
That's okay. I think I just got a way of doing it.
I can see it when I clicked on it. I could too, and then it was telling
me. I'm bringing it up right here with us. Like, ain't nothing here but us. We can't see it. Right next to me.
Oh, is it because of the way we are?
Oh, it's in your well, but you probably can't get it because, yeah.
You know why I probably can't get it? It's because, okay, yeah, I know why. I already know why.
Yeah, you're not in control of the board.
Oh, I know. No, you don't have to be totally in control.
Snuck in the room.
You can be a mad
in the room. What you need? 800. Oh, look at my pocketbook. What's wrong?
I got it. I just got it. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
but yeah, so according to him, honey, you're gay, child. You two are a gay. You one of the gays. Okay, y'all ready?
One of the gays because he has sex with women. That's what y'all look, y'all. If y'all could have just seen her face. So am I one of the straights? Is she one of the straights? No, you gay too.
Yeah.
Everybody gay.
Everybody. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready for
everybody gay and everybody did it. Look.
Y'all said Joe Biden was going to be the great unifier? This is divisive to my bank account and my hard-earned money. Screw your unity. You think this is unifying? Just keeps going up. Oh, just keep going up. Joe Biden. This is Joe Biden for you families struggling to afford to get to work.
That's unifying. That's bringing the nation together. Screw this. Disgusting. Oh, just keep going. Keep going. Democrats voted for this. Democrats voted for... What the... Wait, what? I know this is a joke. But I was voting for the guy who was going to destroy America. You were paying $30 for gas under my guy.
Herschel, if you don't come get your motherfucking son, Herschel Walker's son.
Oh yeah, they about to get him out there. He didn't want to do the debate.
Oh, Cole said he didn't want to do the debate. Herschel ain't want to debate.
He didn't want to do what?
They offered him like $1 million. The boy said he'll put it to whatever charity he wants.
Somebody offered $1 million for him to do it to go towards a charity, and he won't do the debate. Who was he supposed to debate with?
I don't know.
But he's going up against Raphael Warnock.
It was his kids and everybody on the joint.
Herschel going up against Warnock?
Yes.
He said he would donate $1 million.
Well, I don't think Raphael said that.
I don't know who it was.
Oh, stop. What JoJo say? What? JoJo!
Think about doing it. Yes, JoJo. That's his think about doing it.
That's her, honey. That's her. And she's one of us, honey. She's one of the gays. Okay, she's one of the gays.
Meanwhile,
she's one of the gays.
Take all your damn rights away. Tink, tink.
Okay.
You worry about gas, motherfucker. You ain't gonna be able to speak soon. You better shut the fuck up.
Exactly, but so we just going to pretend that COVID-19 or the war of Ukraine has nothing to do with the gas prices. You know what? That there has been the bane of my existence when we're talking about inflation and carrying on. Everybody want to make this a Democratic problem, talking about the Democrats did this. The Democrats didn't do this. People who don't want to go back to work is part of the problem. Okay, because a lot of the children are going through because we couldn't get the shipping and stuff up in here. We still got boats and stuff that's still docked, and they can't get supplies up in here.
Now,
okay,
I be thinking the government be having something to do with that shit.
I do too. I do too. I don't know in what capacity, but I do too, because it doesn't make sense that y'all didn't have enough sense to send the shit back to where it come from. Right. It's just sitting there.
Okay.
You know.
Because to me, I think the inflation just coming from all the money that went out for stimulus and all kinds of shit, and they getting their money back.
Hello.
Hey.
I don't know why you sitting there like you don't know what the hell going on, nigga, because that's really surprising to me. But you know, it's like you halfway know what's going on, and then you don't all of a sudden. You already said that they're trying to make us out to be a communist country.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yep. So communist countries hold all supplies, food, and necessary things in the water and let all the weapons in.
Yes.
That's why half of the food spoils and we end up begging our country for food.
Right. Right.
That's what's going on over here. They letting all the ships, if you got 20 ships out there, right?
Right.
They're gonna let the 3 ships with all the weaponry and mass self-destruction in, and one of the cocaine ships, and they're gonna bust the other one. The other one with food.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the other one with the food is gonna spoil. And other one with commodities and everything necessities, medicines and whatever's coming forward, they don't care about none of that. That stuff gonna sit out there in the water and not get unloaded.
I seen a certain loaf of bread yesterday. We was Cole was Instacarting when we was all doing it together, and they wanted this bread. And I bought it before because it's like a keto friendly bread. That shit was like $8. I said the devil is a liar.
What y'all don't know is the big box. Like Naomi likes burgers. So every now and then when I cook lunch for her, I might make her a burger and fries. You know what I'm saying? She is one of the people that really likes the Bubba burgers, right? Because they're all real. That beef, you know what I'm saying? There's less fat in them than the quarter pound.
Right.
The big box of Bubba burgers is $29 now.
The inflation is going up, but like I said, I feel like they're trying to recoup all that money that they sent out. Right. And think about this, because when we talk about the gas, we know that Russia, that's only 1% of our gas supply. So we didn't blame it on the war if we want to, but for real, if they only make up 1% of where we get our gas from, why the gas so high? It's not really about that. We're trying to recoup that fucking money that they gave everybody, y'all.
Listen, I was told, and I don't know how true this is because I don't know Russian things. But I was told that though our gas is going up over there in Russia, their gas is still like $1.17 to $2.87 a gallon.
Because we're not getting their gas, so they got extra gas.
Right, but we have gas. We have oil reserves here.
Everywhere.
We have our own oil reserves here. So it's like for y'all to sit up here and go through all this bullshit.
Hey, now stop acting like you don't know that that is only for the Michael Jordans and the Oprah Winfreys.
Okay, the oil reserves here. Biden was supposed to have. He was supposed to have been going to and releasing about 100 million gallons of oil, so that we could have some relief at the pumps or whatever. Now that's what I don't know what they did. I know he had projected that. He said that out loud. My question becomes.
Oh, go ahead.
My question has always been, how is it that we have our own oil, but yet we're relying on oil to come from elsewhere? Or at least that's what you're trying to tell everybody, that because we can't get the oil from over here, it fucks up over here. Remember when we had the oil spill? Okay, and in order to clean it up, they had to burn up the damn ocean.
The ocean.
Okay.
Well, that's a fire on the top of the damn ocean.
On top.
Red, last time I checked, when you went and fought 5 freedoms, wasn't some of that about the oil too? Oh, wasn't some of that about the oil? Where the oil?
Okay.
And when y'all was over there trying to get Saddam and and Bin Laden and all them. Remember when they was everybody searching for all the shit, and then they get there and it ain't no shit. You're looking for the missiles.
Right.
Bush was really looking. He wanted the oil. Where's the oil?
Okay, first and foremost, one word: greed. Okay.
That's it.
Know that you're the number one and the most greediest country in the world. But I do want to take a moment. Hey, click on ACN up there.
Who?
ACN.
Atlanta.
I just said, yeah, I did that already. She said hello, and then they got another sister. Y'all hungry?
Let me tell you something.
What you got?
That is an awesome team right there. The subject matter is real. I mean, we have to tune in with them very soon.
Okay.
Because I was on there one day and I really like the platform, and it's just crazy because they had a subject when I was there called "Are We Vain?"
Oh, okay. Of course we are. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome platform, and next time we be able to network with them, I want to make sure that all 3 of us get a chance to get on there and chop it up with them because they got a great way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't want to let everybody know. Look at Atlanta Cast Network. Good people over there.
Will. That's the YouTube?
Yeah. Okay. They make it.
Okay.
I follow them.
Great things. I really want to get them to come out June 18th to our autism situation. You know what I'm saying? That'd be nice for them to come out and broadcast and come out and do something on on the scene and everything. They get to see how we operate.
So I was asking, did y'all see? Yeah, they do, but that Kemp has signed something for us to be. If you file, I don't know if this apply. This might not apply for y'all, Red, but Meech, it should apply for me, you, and Cole. If you file single or something, you should be getting like $250. I don't know when it's supposed to be.
Oh, that was another stimulus or whatever. Yeah, I've been waiting on that. I heard that.
Tax relief or something.
And I'm still waiting. Hell, I'm still waiting to get my state taxes. My state taxes still ain't came back yet. Okay. Yeah, listen. Okay. Let's move on to this one because I know this is going to be this one here is about to be a hot button.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is about to be a hot button, and I know it, and I know it. Okay?
Let's get it.
All right, this is dated from May 8th, 2022.
That was Mother's Day and my sister's birthday. Happy birthday again, Chrissy.
Okay. And that's Carlon, honey, my sister friend down in Detroit. Satanic Temple applies to fly flag in front of Boston City Hall after Christian Supreme Court win. The Satanic Temple is applying for a permit to raise its flag in front of Boston City Hall after the Supreme Court ruled that the Christian group had a right to fly the Christian flag in the same spot. Quote, religious liberties is a bedrock principle in a democracy, and religious liberty is dependent upon government viewpoint neutrality, says Satanic Temple co-founder Lucien Greaves. You got to put some sugar in it, honey. When public officials are allowed to preference certain religious viewpoints over others, we do not have religious liberty. We have theocracy. The Satanic Temple isn't a group of devout worshipers of Satan. Instead, it's a group of people who organize as a religion and use humor to highlight religious hypocrisy and encroachment on religious freedom. Here, they're bringing attention to a unanimous Supreme Court ruling from earlier this week that said that since the city of Boston allows rainbow flags and the transgender flag to fly on the flagpole outside of City Hall, they have to allow a Christian group called Camp Constitution to fly the Christian flag. The city argued that the flagpole can only be used for secular flags because otherwise the government would appear to endorse a religion. While the case involved religious beliefs, the Supreme Court ruled on freedoms on free speech grounds, saying that since the city of Boston allows so many diverse groups to use the flagpole in events and for flags and offers little oversight, it can't prevent religious groups from using it as well. And that's something the Satanic Temple is trying to take advantage of. The only problem is that they have several flag designs and are still trying to decide on which one might be best for a specific purpose, Greaves said. Greaves shared the group's application for permit on Twitter, which states that he believes that only 20 people will attend the flag raising ceremony.
That just fall under because I can.
Because I couldn't, yeah.
Wait.
Basically.
It's a waste.
The Satanic Temple lost the lawsuit in 2018 after it sued for religious discrimination because it was barred from delivering an invocation before the Scottsdale, Arizona City Council, like other religions, were allowed to do so. The official reason the city gave for turning away the Satanic Temple was that it has no ties to Scottsdale. Wow. I hope that with the leaked draft of the Supreme Court majority opinion overturning Roe versus Wade, more people will wake up in the fact that these efforts by Satanic Temple are actually high stakes frontline battles to preserve the basic rights of all and are not merely clever pranks to expose already well-known hypocrisies, Greek said.
Wow.
Now,
they opened the door when they allowed all the different flags to be able to fly in front of the building.
Here's what, but you know, and they did open that door, but again, here we go with separation of church and state. You understand? The Christian right did it because they trying to be anti-LGBT.
Right.
Okay. If
And
you're
that's
going
where
to
they
put
should've
that up
shut
there,
that
then you
down.
need to put this up here. Okay.
Right.
And again, this ain't got shit to do
with religion.
Look, everybody who claims to be a follower of Christ and everybody who claims to have some kind of religious belief system, beliefs are subjective. They are personal.
Yeah, and if they separate
they're
church and
personal.
state, the Christian one should never been able to do it, because then that opens the door for everybody
For
else to believe the
everybody
same.
else, whether you agree or not.
Yeah.
Christians can't even agree with themselves because they argue amongst themselves. The Baptists argue among the Kojic, argue among the Jehovah's Witnesses, argue among all the others. They argue amongst themselves. They can't get it right. And then in that, the satanic children are like, okay, well, we're a religious organization too. Okay, now because you disagree and like the guy said, I'm laughing because I don't necessarily agree that they're not around worshiping Satan or whatever.
Yeah, they said
But
that's not what they're doing, right?
That's what he said they're not doing. But one of the things I found out is this: a lot of children who are supposedly Satanists or whatever, a lot of them, it's not about necessarily praising Satan. It is about the human nature. And I've even read a satanic Bible. Okay.
I have always wanted to get one because y'all know I be wanting to understand.
I read it in the bookstore because I didn't want to be afraid of it.
Right. And I was like, now, back then I wasn't strong enough because I'm like, hold on.
And as I started reading it, I started laughing.
I asked God to cover me up and let me.
Right. Same thing I did.
From.
I read and I started laughing because I'm like, okay, y'all trying to make this sound too practical, you know. And one of the things that you cannot, it's just like being a Christian or being some form of religious being, honey. You understand that this is a spiritual thing, okay? And that's what makes this that way. So spiritual beliefs are very personal. They're very this, they're very that, okay? It is not a whole a thing to where it could be attached for everybody to lock on to, because it is very subjective, okay? And you're dealing in spirit. One of the things about the satanic thing is that they don't deal necessarily in spirit. They deal in the natural self, okay? At least to all of the people who I've come in contact with that say that this is what their practices are. Okay. I had one white guy though. I won't say he was a Satanist, although I was a little weary. Where was I? I was back home in Detroit, and I forgot where I was. I was in somewhere. I was waiting in line for something. I think I was at the Secretary of State. And this white guy came in. He had his little jewelry on and shit. You know, he had his little pinnacles. Yes, all his jewelry. And then when I tell you that child started to meditate, and that damn crystal on his chest turned red, that bitch was going red. I said, okay. And
I'll be back. I'll come back tomorrow.
No, I want to go. No, I want to go run. You ain't go. No, because the God I know is much stronger than that. So I just had to put myself in a protection.
A lot of seen some shit like that. I'd be like,
no, that crystal turned red, honey. I said, oh, okay, so you really are okay. What we think it is. I never questioned him or whatever, but that was the first time that I've seen that, right? And so now we're in this particular space because, again, as Christianity love to be, Christianity is very arrogant. And you love telling folks who is and who ain't and who can and who can't. Okay. And so now we don't open up this Pandora's box. Because just like you said, had y'all not opened up this goddamn floodgate about a flag, these children won't be here. Just like Red said, y'all only doing this because you can. All because you can. Boom. And you know, I say that about the adventure. I get tired of folks doing shit just because you're trying to prove a motherfucking point. Because now what? Because now, what are you having to defend? Because all of this, everybody's going to sit down there. Now you trying to defend yourself here. And why you trying to fly the flag? You're defending yourself right there. Or well, we not what you think we are. We don't know. We're not bullshit.
Then you wouldn't have never represented yourself.
You wouldn't represent your temple, calling yourself a satanic temple, if that's the case. That wouldn't be it. You'd have called yourself maybe
about that. So if you think that you try to like, if that's a shock jock type thing,
right?
It's the wrong tactic.
Right fight, wrong tactic. Okay, wrong tactic. Because I feel like this. One of the easier things is that folks would accept you saying you a pagan, this satanic.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, you have the right to believe in what you want to believe, but when you call yourself something, don't get
What
mad.
up, dog? Yeah, you're right. That we are Detroit, baby. Come on now.
When you call yourself something, you can't get mad when somebody call you that.
Exactly.
Good night, brother. Love you.
All right. Good night.
So, that day I'm like children cheering and cheering yet again. Okay. And here we are. It just becomes annoying and frustrating when folks are doing shit just to prove a point.
I don't let that stuff bother me. You know what I'm saying? Years ago, they had made a statement saying it takes a nation of millions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to do something in order for the next person to be able to do what they have to do, even if the person doing something is doing something stupid.
You know what? That is so true, honey.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at folks. I don't judge people. I just analyze their movement and whatever they moving on. If it's not my cup of tea,
and I move out the way.
I move out the way.
Boom.
There you go, brother. Let me just sidestep for you real quick. Go on about your business.
And you go do you, right?
Hey, I was doing the Matrix far before the movie came out. Okay, so
I hear that.
And everybody look at me. I'm taking me. I meant to share this with you earlier. I was scrolling through social media, right?
Yeah.
Now, anybody who knows me, but if you don't know me, then you don't understand.
Period.
And, if anybody knows, you know what I'm saying? My love is music and movies, and I'm also a comedian when it comes to my craft. You know what I'm saying? I have been paid. I have been opening for people, J. Anthony Brown, and all the rest of them. I've done all that. But what people don't understand is I know how to take one talent, okay, my talent of being able to make people laugh. I know how to do it in a profane way. I know how to do it where I never say one cuss word out of my mouth and you still falling out the chair.
Right.
You know, but this is my problem right here when y'all was talking about Christians and all this stuff. Here's my problem. I don't allow people to throw judgmental darts at me because of who I am spiritually.
Okay.
One thing don't have nothing to do with the other because I'm over here, and I'm learning the word and I'm teaching the word. Anything that I know somebody needs to be fed, I'll share it with them, and I do that. But over here, I will get on stage and tell 15 minutes worth of jokes, but I got to give 10% to my ministry.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Because you got to do things the way you need to do them.
It's no different from me going to change. If I go change oil in the car over here, they pay me the same amount of money at this company. I still got to go get 10% to my ministry. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be able to tell a story, for me to tell a story from my Bible, right? You know what I'm saying? And I explain something. Maybe the way that I tell it or interpretate something, it's going to reach the people that you don't talk to.
That's right.
You understand? It's going to reach the people that you don't speak to. The people that you won't even say hello to walking down the street. But when I say it to them, and I put a comedic flair on it, or I put some type of sarcastic twitch to it, what happens? You get a lot of people go, oh man, dude crazy and funny, but I understood what he said. What part of the Bible is that in? Let me go look at that.
Exactly.
Right.
Remember we said that before Rick came in? I said we could be all having like a Bible discussion, right? And because this is how we used to do Torah study. It's basically Bible study, but it's the Old Testament. You get your homework. You know what I mean? And then when you come back the next week, we discussing what the homework was, right? And everybody is telling what they got out of those verses from the Bible. How did it touch you? And then somebody else, like I said to Meech earlier, somebody else might be like, damn, I never think about it like that. Now that makes sense because you might got that person that it didn't resonate with at all. But you got a whole bunch of other people telling them what they got out of it. And that one person, like you said, Red, the way you might have said it might have been the thing that make them get it.
Right. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Nikki. Earlier, Adam and Eve was the subject, but you got three of us, three the hard way. You got Detroit, you got Philly, you got Chicago. But every one of us had an intellectual insight and an intellectual coin that's
to look into
paid
Right.
somebody's way. All of us done paid somebody's way tonight that we don't know based on the way that we interpret the whole.
Exactly.
Because my
Exactly.
epiphany reached me. I didn't even realize it until we had this discussion when I said, well, wait a minute. Adam's rule for being that was just something that just popped in my head. I never thought about it like that before.
Hey, but you know what? Before y'all even brought me on to that, I was itching to text you that. You, not me. Itching to text you that. I was itching to text her that. I want to say that so bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes the apple is somewhere. You know, I said, let's put the word here. I look at humor, right? Apple bottom jeans.
Eve's ass. Looking at her ass.
Right. I'm saying it is what it is.
And it was the discussion that leads us to think deeper into things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People are afraid to discuss it. And this is what I was saying earlier, because remember, we were always brought up to don't question God, don't question the word. It is what it is. And you need to see it and do it just like this.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
glad.
Nikki, I just thought about this. I wish she was on the other day. I swear I wish she was on the other day. I just thought about it when I just looked down again at ACN. When I was on there, the subject matter went a little ways, and we were talking about some came up, and I said something about I think they were talking about the muffin top, muffin top. And
mine going down, y'all, too.
But I called it a fellatio handlebar.
I call it the underbelly.
Okay, so when I said it was a fellatio handlebar, and then through the conversation, they found out that I'm going into ministry. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? They were like, "Hold up, wait a minute, you wait a minute, minister." So my thing is this. You can be a spiritual leader, or you can be somebody that's a minister, pastor, you know what I'm saying, apostle, whatever. You still walking down the same streets and avenues as everybody else, and you hear the same conversations. And I'm gonna hate to break the news to you. The first lady ain't smiling because she at church on Sunday. I promise you that's not why she's smiling.
Okay, because people like to make it seem like if you all into whatever religion you in, that you ain't being happy normal ways. Like all of a sudden, you and your husband or you and your spouse don't have sex. Y'all don't go to the bed. You don't pass gas. You don't go to the bathroom. You don't do nothing no more.
Oh, ain't that nothing? Okay, you don't.
You just. What you say? Look in the holier way. You just.
Right.
The damn angels is coming. The lights is lighting up. The clouds is departing.
But that's what I was trying to say. Just because we decide to take this walk, right? You know, and we decide to take this walk, it's cool. But I think the walk is portrayed and is delivered a lot better if somebody.
You ain't heard us yet, ACN.
I was getting ready to say this is a nice night because we started off with the Bible.
You ain't heard us yet, sugar. Okay.
Oh yeah, it goes down over here. But yeah.
Oh baby.
But it's like I feel like it's better coming from somebody. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to be the best spiritual teacher or the best light or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be who God orders me to be. Whatever steps is ordered in that direction, that's the steps I'm going. But at the same time, people got to understand. I'd rather hear the word interpreted from somebody who's been through something.
Come on. I'd rather hear the street like anyway because I'm going to understand it better.
Especially, you can't be coddled and locked in the four walls of your home, go to Bible college and get out here and tell me what I'm doing wrong. No, you can't do that. I can't hear you.
That's like we always remember related to this. If y'all can't get it in the word form, it's like putting those cops that ain't never been in the hood before in the hood, and that's why they keep killing us, because they scared, because they don't know. You can't tell me something if you ain't never been through nothing.
Hey,
you can't tell me about the hood or struggling or something like that. That's like those people that write motherfucking baby books and ain't got no kids.
Exactly.
Parent books. You want to tell somebody how to be a parent? You ain't got a niece, a nephew, a godchild. You ain't got shit. But you want to tell somebody else how to do it.
Let me ask you about your memory, Meech, and let me ask you about your memory of somebody walk up and they want to share a spiritual vitamin with you or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is my whole point that I just made. I walk up to you and I want to share with you the struggle of Samson and Goliath, right? How he was, he was that
David,
dude.
David.
Right? David
You
and
said
Goliath.
Samson. I was gonna say Samson was his hair.
Yeah, Samson's the hair dude. But I'm saying, but I'm talking about David and Goliath, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you want to take that particular story and you look at your crowd, right? If you sit up there and give them the King James version, OT, you know what I'm saying? You're in the Old Testament and you're reading it to them, they're going to go to sleep standing on the street corner if you're reading it to them. But if you come and give them the doggone dish and tea the hard way, you know what I'm saying? David said, meet me in the club, it's going down. David said, meet me in the club, it's going down. You know what I'm saying? When you break it down like that, they're going to go home and they're going to go look and they're going to find this story and it's going to be one of the best stories ever.
It's going to be one of the best. Listen, because y'all know I love me some Old Testament, because I felt like God was like, you know what? Y'all getting on my goddamn nerves. You know what? Y'all want to do right? Flood that shit. Oh, y'all still acting up? Burn it the fuck down. Like, that's how I tell them still. Y'all know I always tell that story about Sarah and Abraham. I said, y'all sit up here and pretend like Sarah was so holy and she was Abraham's wife and all that. Sarah was hateful as hell because you couldn't have a fucking baby. And then you asked this woman to come and marry your husband and have a baby for him. And because you didn't want to wait, heifer, you didn't want to wait on God. So you asked this woman to have a baby for your husband. And then the minute God gives you the blessing, you kick her damn son the fuck out. That's some hateful ass shit. I don't care how the fuck you look at it.
I got a question for both of y'all.
What is your forbidden tree, honey?
Oh, I got a question for you, Meech, and I got a question for you, Nick.
What's that?
And it goes along with everything we're saying. Tell me, including Miss Mary Magdalene, we know what she was. Tell me, including her and the 12 disciples, which one of them wasn't a goon that was around Jesus?
I don't say how many times I done said it, Red. I said, don't be asking me what would Jesus do if you don't want to hear the real goddamn story. Because when he was 12, he was flipping over tables at the goddamn temple. And when he got grown, because you know he went from 12 to 33 real quick. Catholic Church, can we have the rest of them books back, please? I'm just saying.
No.
And then when he got older, he hung out with thugs and whores. So don't tell me like Jesus or what would Jesus do, baby. Jesus was tearing some shit up. Y'all gonna stop acting like he was just all so holy and that. Jesus was peace, he was love, but do not forget, Jesus had the original gang. Stop playing with me.
Wait a minute. Because I think let me go here. Let me get real carnal real quick.
Come on, what you got?
Well, come on, you baby.
And y'all ain't gonna like it. Y'all traditional children ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it.
Okay.
But bitch, listen. There were 12 men out in the motherfucking woods, honey, with 2 bitches. You do the math.
And let it be told, sister. Now I'll bring your ass back.
And one was a known whore. Huh?
Wait a minute. And you know that those the books that they got down in the vault of the Vatican, because y'all didn't want us to hear that book of Mary Magdalene. But y'all forget it's a copy of it in Ethiopia. Don't play with me.
Okay.
She was the biggest rider. She was the original rider after Eve in the New Testament.
He said y'all got all that finger food though. Baby, listen.
Hey,
I'm sitting up here eating some Chinese food, and I'm sitting up
You
here
know
trying
what?
to
I made chicken lo mein. I was gonna bring you some.
General Tao chicken over here.
I was
It's
eating
good.
cream of
What'd you
wheat. I've
say?
been eating healthier. I was eating cream of wheat and sunflower seeds.
Huh?
What'd you say? You said one of them was a what? Huh?
Look. Y'all remember when I said when we did Jesus Christ Superstar? Y'all know I went
got
to
my
an all-white
40
school.
and at the going rate.
Back then, baby, you would listen. You had both of them with that back then. What you talking about?
Balling.
Listen, I told y'all when we did Jesus Christ Superstar, I was in Catholic school then, and I was like one of the only black people, and I was Mary Magdalene. I didn't get till I was grown. I was like, did they let me be Mary Magdalene because she was the
When you
one?
was black.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, okay, you know what? Since we're talking about whores and carrying on,
we're talking about the horse.
Let me. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of questions. Let me give y'all a couple of questions. We're gonna go to relationship debates.
Okay.
Listen.
Look, relationship debates. Verse what? Chapter what? Verse what?
Okay. A man. Listen. A man finds his significant other's sex toy and throws it away because he feels it's too big. He tells her she's not allowed to have any toy that's bigger than him. Is that reasonable?
No.
Explain.
Hell no. Look, I still ain't never even bought a toy, but I'm gonna tell you why I feel like this ain't right. Because if she bought a toy that was bigger, in my opinion, I swear to God, y'all, I still have not yet in my almost 52 years to buy a toy yet, but I think I'm gonna get one. If she bought a toy that was bigger, it was probably to offset what she wasn't getting.
Mm-hmm.
That just would be the reason why I think she would get something that was bigger.
That's not why they do that.
Okay, well, go ahead, because y'all, you know,
the sexual subconscious that bigger is better. That's
oh, you think that's what it is?
It's the sexual subconscious. It's psychological because that's why they make a lot of toys so super big. You know what I'm saying? They make toys that's ain't nobody walking around here like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, and you know, it's some of it is just novelty. Most of the ones that came out that are the greatest ones for orgasmic pleasure and personal pleasure and everything, they're pretty much the right size, the right girth. You know what I'm saying? Except they may have a few extra things to them. Like back in the day, the one that was crazy was the rabbit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody went crazy.
Yes, God.
You know what I'm saying? So after
now
the
everybody
rabbit,
flipping about the rose, right?
well, after the rabbit, it was the bullet.
The bullet.
You get you a bullet.
Listen, I swear about the bullet, baby.
Yeah, you get you a bullet, and boy, ping, ping, ping. Okay, your bullets. But now, if you saw me when I did the comedy show at our last anniversary party, when I mentioned the rose, that lady I didn't know nothing about jumped out her seat and said had a hallelujah moment when I said the rose out my mouth.
Yeah, I hear a lot of women. Oh, and I did see a public service announcement. People, apparently, you women who bought the rose, you guys are not cleaning them well, and you are getting infections and stuff. Please clean them the right way.
Okay.
Don't shoot the messenger. But you said, but the question was, what is it fair, right? Is that basically what they asked?
Is he being reasonable?
Oh, is
that
he
the question is, after he throws it away, he tells her she can't buy nothing bigger than him no more.
All right, so Red, what you got for that?
He got penis envy.
Listen. And you know what? Now I'm going to go right there because that's probably my answer too. Because I'm like, listen, if you sitting up there mad because she got something bigger than you, then nigga, honey, how come you're not helping her use it? See, this is where your creativity is off, okay, and carried on. And if you could sit down here and use your wrist versus using your entire body because she got this damn thing, or you could take her there on a titty and carrying on, nigga, where your motherfucking mind at? Because you can sit there and send her to ecstasy and ain't got to worry about you sweating. But what it is, you done got suffering because you worried about your nut and not hers.
Not hers. So listen, I think this is
Public
something I
service
want to do
announcement.
whenever I get a man.
The score is 6-1. The score is 6-1. Anything above that, I applaud you. 6-1. Her 6 orgasms to your 1. You win in that way, fellas. This is the only sport where you get 1 point.
You know what you doing, baby.
Listen, at this particular point,
Because it's not really always about the sex. You know what you're doing with what you got. It's the ocean.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is this. All I'm gonna say is this. I was just gonna say thank God for wisdom, thank God for understanding, and thank God, honey, that being crafty, honey, is a thing.
Hallelujah.
Okay, because this one is in his sleep right now.
Wait a minute. Earlier, me and him on the thing talking, right? Red, I saw the little wink. I said, Harpo, who that man? Who over there?
Okay.
Well, maybe get my car come down. Who over there?
Okay.
I seen that little wink, honey. I said, wait.
Okay.
Now, all right, so Red, because you know how Red always tease me, y'all, because I ain't had a man in a while. And now that I have spent time with me and got my mental together, my heart together, know what I can accept and what I will not accept. So I seen the little thing, right? Where it's like the panties, and then the man got the little controller.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever I find somebody and I get comfortable enough with them, I think I want to do that, because even though it seemed like it could be a little hateful, so he can't be a real spiteful person. He can't have Red's personality.
Okay.
Hey, I like that toy. I do like it. I think it's cute. But I think my only thing I would have to do one time, and you don't have to worry about me doing no more, is catch you at a restaurant. As soon as you lift up your drink, I gotta tell you, I gotta take you down through there. Just one time. I just gotta do that one time.
That's why I say he can't have Red's personality.
One time. That's it. One time, I just want to catch you like this.
And because I think it's like different levels, right?
Yeah.
It's like different levels. So see, his ass will be done put it all the way up. Soon somebody go to. Now you don't
know what? To me, it won't be funny no more. I just need to go one time.
Wow.
That would be something that would be fun, because you're doing it when you're out. And as long as you got somebody who ain't ignorant like
now,
that,
you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. See, they need to make an equivalent.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They need to make it equivalent, but the thing of it is that where straight men ain't gonna do it.
Y'all hear all that? Did y'all hear all that noise? That is really Wally. I swear to God, nobody else. It's Wally. She is on one right now. She is not.
Okay. Let me do the last question, then we're gonna get up out of here.
Oh yeah, it's 11:30.
A woman is caught cheating and says her significant other should forgive her because he's cheated before. He refused and reasons that it's worse when women cheat. Does he have a point? Explain.
I think that's the male way. It was an old way of male thinking, because you got to look at this at all aspects. Why did she cheat? Because you forgave him. You forgave him for whatever he did before. So did you cheat out of revenge, or are you cheating because you done with his shit? So what do you need the forgiveness actually for?
Well,
we need it for. Do I think it's worse than when men do it? No, I think women, as women, we open that door of that forgive. And then when you do have a transgression or whatever, now it's like, nigga, I done forgave you 10 times. Now he can look at you and say, but you forgave me. Why does that mean I gotta forgive you?
Okay.
A lot of times when women cheat, I'm gonna say let's go with mature women first. When mature women cheat, is mostly emotional. It's mostly emotional because you're not getting what you think you're supposed to get from your man. You ain't getting it from home. He been cheating or beating on you, whatever the fuck he doing. that you feel. But instead of you leaving, you emotionally give yourself to somebody else, because the emotional cheat, what guys don't understand, the emotional cheat is way worse than you could ever understand, because that man now has captured her mind and her heart. The sex came after. She cheated already before she ever gave him some. So
You saying men don't know that, but I do know that. So
no, I'm saying, like, I don't think mature men don't know.
because I
And I
know
think
that because I'm
that
gonna
was
tell you
in the minds of men
when I
from way
set
back.
your ass on the emotional roller coaster, I'm gonna make the doggone thing jump the track. I'm telling you about it here. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. That's just it, because from that point on, I can't trust your mindset. See, I've been in that situation where I was forgiven and thought I had a relationship and a marriage, and 7 years later, she broke bad. And the only excuse when she got caught up,
Turn it down some, girl.
the
The only excuse was what?
only excuse that she had when she got totally caught up and realized that I was busting her and everything she was doing was 7 years ago was her excuse.
Yeah, you can't go back, because that means you ain't never forgive him.
You wasted 7 years of my life.
You never forgave them. Like, I've had relationships when, you know, people have done wrong and then they want to come back, right? And the reason why I don't go back, except for Brian, my dumb ass just kept going back to that because I just wanted that to work, and it didn't. But other relationship, I would say, I'm glad that you learned from whatever. However, I would hope that you would take what you learned from what you did into your next relationship. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't forget that shit. I don't forgive it. I might have let it go, but I ain't forgiven. I ain't gonna never tell you that I forgave you, because the minute that I think you doing something crazy or whatever, that's the first thing I think of. Now, I might not always be like, well, remember when I forgave you for cheating? But it's definitely in my mind. Like, what the fuck is this? So I don't want to go back to that. I'm praying that I was some kind of blessing for you, because now you had to learn a lesson. You lost somebody that's would always be in your corner. Somebody to this day, like I was telling my baby, my youngest, it might be people that I can't stand who have definitely did me wrong in relationships, but whatever they've ever told me, their secret's gonna always stay right here. They're gonna stay right here. I don't forgive you for the fucked up shit you did to me, but I'm not gonna betray you either. I'm gonna just leave you alone.
Now that's good. Forgiveness over betrayal. I like that. Let me put my little thing up in here, because I'm gonna look at it from this particular standpoint, because I like what both of y'all said. I want to add this though, because see, like you said, Nick, I think that oftentimes men come from a very stoic sense of thought process.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, men want to have complete and utter possession of their women. And even in the alphabet world, because see, we're the same way. If you have broken the commitment, it's hard. Well, wait a minute, because alphabet world, we're a little different because it's two men. Okay, so we can see it. But a man, a heterosexual man, and the thought of what he claimed to be he is fucking something else is a hard. And I don't know why men get that way. I don't know where that jealousy stems from exactly. They forget that a woman have a past, because anytime a woman talking about somebody she met before she met him, he end up going off on the fucking deep end. But like, what the fuck is you talking about? This is before I met you, nigga. Right. Shit, get a life.
Has a past. Everybody has
but
one.
Oftentimes, you know, when a man don't want to forgive a woman, okay, it's because of in a lot of ways it's him being emotionally enslaved, because he don't want to feel that kind of hurt. Mm-hmm. Because in his mind, that cheating became a betrayal. Men operate most of the time in a do as I say, not as I do kind of mentality. Mm-hmm. So to throw that back up in his face that, oh, well, you cheated. Okay. And most of the time, I know I've heard this, but again, this is the generation gap. I've heard this from a lot of older men. Well, hell, I'm a man. What the fuck? I'm gonna always be a man.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
remember, even us as women, our elders would tell us, "Well, girl, he just being a man."
as that girl, he just being a man,
Because
and that
I got
there
that
is
from my grandma and stuff. Like before my grandma passed, then I found out that Brian was cheating and stuff, and I'm calling my grandma. Look, calling from all the way across the damn ocean. Grandma, don't even know what fucking time it is. I don't want my damn grandma, but grandma, and she said, "Baby, that's your husband. You got to make your marriage work." I love my grandma to death, but I think sometimes the elders got it wrong.
well dealing with the time again. That's post-traumatic slave disorder,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
oftentimes a lot of that was to make it work because of what we had to deal with. You know,
Yep.
we come from a culture to where hell, our women and our men was fucking everything by force.
By force.
Okay,
They make
and
it
we had to make it work.
We were born to breed.
Okay, by force. So a lot of that comes from, I think, you know, a lot of that stems from a lot of that particular kind of thinking and trying to make it work. And what does this mean? And then trying to get over it. Because here's something that we have never seen, and that there is when the wife had to come back after Master done called for her.
Yeah, like that.
And when what was that when she come back and had to face her husband? You know, and carried on, and he wanted to be intimate, and she said, "I can't." You know, all of that she got to go through the process.
She can't because, and
you know,
you know why? Because when she goes to say, "I can't,"
right?
He knows exactly why.
Boom. We don't understand that. Okay. What about the woman when Mister? Okay, the Mrs. Honey now sit up there and she done came and got Mandingo and cajoled her way into some black dick, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now everything now is kind of worse for her because she can't get pregnant by him, because if the baby come out black, bitch, it's over.
I'm the pappy.
Okay.
I'm the pappy.
So it becomes a whole big old thing. But what is that? You know,
y'all watch me one time, y'all, and you know, y'all the fellas, so y'all tell me. I believe it was Brian. I don't want to quote and say that it was him because we had the discussion about cheating. Y'all had to understand we were separated for years before I actually slept with somebody else. And people thought that I cheated.
Right, y'all was still newlyweds.
Like brother or something. Like you would have. Now you out fucking all over the goddamn world, but I think it was him. But he said some shit like, because it's different, because a woman has to let them inside of her. Basically on the we giving it, but y'all receiving it. And that was how he made sense of it. And I'm like, what the fuck? What?
But the whole thing of it, to his point, what?
Hold on. Okay. I have to say this. There is a high bar of emotionalism when it comes to women being intimate with men. Or significant other partners, whatever, because it's all the same. But this is my issue. And this is what a lot of men issues are. Women love harder than men. I don't care what nobody say. You do have men that are very emotional and very in touch with their feelings.
Right.
But when I say me opening a door for you means more to you than it means for you to open the door for me. So the fact that something that's supposed to be yours has allowed somebody to not only physically penetrate them, but a woman in a relationship has mentally gone through. She cocked her legs open. He got her mind. Okay.
Yeah, the sex part was a bonus.
That was the bonus. He got her mind, and I'm gonna tell you something. If she giving it to him, she got her heart.
Yep.
There's nothing left.
We're gonna say for most women, because now since the hot girl summers and shit done came out, it's just out here fucking any and everything. I don't understand it, but okay.
That's the dawn of the thotty body. That's different. But what I'm talking about is
real woman.
Real woman. When that woman comes back to you and she wants to make it work because she knows she messed up, you had your mess up, that man will never get past another man that's been inside her. He's not going to want to give her no type of fellatio intimacy. He's not going to want to kiss her. He's not going to want to do
He's going to be in his mind every time you done suck this thing. You done did this. You done did this.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm like the situation I told you. What she didn't understand, now granted, everybody know, you know what I'm saying, I had my time back in the day, you know what I'm saying, I did mess up in that marriage, okay, I got two sons the same age, okay, the wife was pregnant, and the outside chick was pregnant, okay, but she accepted that outside child had been in our home with the other child when I'm keeping my other son, because you accepted him. It was like, she ain't finna tear this marriage down in his house. We finna do this. And you told the girl that's on her face. Okay, if it is his baby, then we'll be taking care of the child. Accordingly. Okay. You were really faking the funk all that time. For some personal reason, for some standing strong, showing out for somebody else, you wasn't doing it for me. But to answer that question, that card.
Oh, but I know that answer, Red.
Hold on, I tried to save it. I tried to save that because at the time she didn't recognize that I made one of the biggest mistakes in a marriage. I've had an outside child. Okay, I flipped it because I know the man I can be. So she didn't recognize because I had messed up so bad. She didn't take a time to double take and look at the man that I had started becoming or whatever, what I built, and realize that you got a heck of a husband. I was taking care of the entire household, all the kids. All you had to do was work. I was doing the laundry, the cooking, the cleaning, the whole 9 yards, and still bringing in twice the money that you were bringing. And sometimes I was in school. Sometimes I was in school, still never dropping the ball. You didn't recognize none of that because subconsciously you were building yourself up like you was in a gym. You were building yourself up in a gym. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to get it back. I'm going to get it back. You wait 7 years.
And if that's your mentality, that's what happens. You fucking your own stuff up.
When she did it, here it is. I'm like, okay. I told her to her face, had you did it 30, 45 days after all the stuff came out about him, you know, the baby, the whole 9 yards, I would have been like, you know what? I got to figure out how to handle this. You know what I'm saying? I deserve whatever you went and did.
Yeah, but 7 years later.
7 years later, you did that because you wanted to do it.
Yeah, that was just some spiteful shit. Like you said, she was building that shit up.
But hold on. She said, I still tried. As a man, I was like, I'm not going to mess up this marriage. I'm going to raise my kid. You know what I'm saying? So this is where I found out where men have a mentality, okay? Was out of the house. I was gone. I'm done. Met up with her one night because a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, with his significant other, begged me to go where her at and have a drink with them. I went because at first I was like, no, man, I'm on my way to my crib. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no, man, I can't stand to see her here. You know, I go back. I sit down. He buys the drinks. He steady telling us to talk. We ended up talking and we found out a few things about what we felt, right? Whatever was it. That same night, talked ourselves into like, okay, well, let's just hang out tonight. We get a room instead of going back to the house, her house, or going back to mine. We get a room. When I say that right there told me what that is about when it comes to a woman giving herself, a wife giving herself away to another man or something, because nothing worked. My body,
I was going to say, you wasn't able to, right?
My nothing. When I say nothing, I was like, I mean, nothing she did, nothing.
Yeah, because it was still in your mental. Your mental ain't gonna allow the physical part to work.
So here it is. I couldn't do it, but I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, you know. At first, I'm thinking, okay, what a dog man mentality. But I thought about it. I ain't never been a dog man. I have to really be into you, sleep with you. I've always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
Left her there. So yo, man, your car out there, boom, I'm going to my business. I get all the way to my house, take me a shower, chill, call somebody that I was talking to, came over and slayed it.
Fine. Everything worked fine.
Slayed.
Your mom was still back there.
I knew then I was 100% done. I would never be able to go back that way. And that right there tells me that the little stories I've heard, I'm thinking Meech heard it before. I can't remember what movie it was, but a woman complained about the man. She was like, "You do all you want, and as soon as you get as soon as she get dirty or whatever, you don't want it no more."
You know, here's the thing. Here's what my thought is with that. And oftentimes, it takes something like that in order to get us right, because the hurt factor in that is immeasurable. The deviousness of it is really unheard of. But at the same time, that there was the fruit of the seed that was planted so many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it took that kind of hurt to get your attention. And oftentimes that's what happens. A lot of men who feel as though when a woman do it is worse, is because oftentimes the one who does it is the one that they're not expecting to do it.
Yeah. It's the one that they love the most.
It's the one that they got their heart invested in.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that's the one,
turn it to the dog.
That's when
every woman for the next 5-10 years gonna catch a bad break from that person, because that one that he thought his heart belonged to gave, well, like you said, his property.
Even after the fuck ups, because it's like, damn, when I went down this road, you know, I made some mistakes and I realized I fucked up because I didn't realize what I had. Now I got it, and I got it. So let me do right by this.
But Meech, you know, Meech, that was my second destructive moment in my life. That was my second one, because my first marriage, I found out everything that was going on, and she'll tell this. I was in the military. I'm across
the
water. When she goes home with the moving truck and everything, this nigga goes with her to help her move back to the new place that I purchased, that I'm sending money for, that I ain't seen yet. All the furniture and stuff that I'm buying that I have not seen yet, because I haven't made it home from overseas. This nigga already done laid in my new bed that I have not laid in yet.
Ladies, I need to explain something to y'all. If y'all gonna get y'all military man, you have to be a true blue person. Okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, being a military wife, being a military spouse, what happens is there's only two things. Either it's going to be great or it's going to be fucked up. Because somehow the military don't allow for that medium. Either it's going to make your marriage be the best thing in your life, or it's going to fuck up everything you ever thought you knew.
This was my high school sweetheart. Married her.
Listen, y'all know I know Brian since I was 9 years old. Since I was 9 years old, I knew that I was going to marry that man.
But you understand, I'm like, okay, we get, you know what I'm saying? I'm over, and the crazy thing about it, I've always been that connected person. So I'm on a ship in the middle of the ocean on the other side of the world, and everything she's doing is getting back to me.
Remember I told you, Red? My husband was telling me from Kuwait the women that was cheating on our base. I didn't fucking know. He was writing me, telling me. That's because I was minding my motherfucking business. I was going to work, take care of my damn kids, and bring my ass back in the house where the fuck I'm supposed to.
I called her from the USO. I stopped in Haifa, Israel. Went to the
USO. In the little brown light telephone booth.
I stopped in Haifa, Israel. And I get on the phone and it's all, oh baby, I miss you. Oh, so good to hear you. And I let it go. All you do all that, and as soon as you're done getting all that off, I say, so what you do at the mall yesterday?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I went over there. I had to go get some stuff and everything. I finally learned what a mall is. I was like, yeah, but you drove a two-tone blue and gray Grand Prix, 86 model. What's all of that?
Remember, I told y'all Brian asked me one time, he was like, is you cheating? I said, shit, you know everything. You tell me.
Right. Not.
But I'm
He
saying,
fell out because he knew.
Would you imagine you being you was a military wife? But you imagine me in Haifa and she's in Virginia, and I'm telling her that on the phone where she went and the car she was driving. You know how quiet she got?
Baby, I bet. I told y'all that story a long time. I told y'all this story when the girl, it was a white girl, her husband, he seemed like he was a little cuckoo too when he was on the base before they even went to war. But when they found, you know, my husband, the one who told me that, and then she let us see the letter. Her husband wrote her and told her, when I come home, I'm going to slit your throat from ear to fucking ear. Now, y'all know we were not in the United States when our husbands was in Kuwait. We was in Germany. So the military, the army said, any wives that want to go home, we will let y'all go home. You know, because you feeling like you lonely, you ain't got no support or whatever. My outlook on it was a little different because when they said they didn't know when they was coming back, I said, well, I can't be somewhere else when my husband come home. We need to be here. So, but we all looking at her like, so you just gonna wait on this ass whooping? Like he just told you he gonna kill you, girl. Like, and he wrote so much detail. They done told you they gonna send your ass home for free. You gonna wait for this? Okay, that's how y'all do. Cause baby, ain't no way in the world had I cheated and I got a letter like that. I'd have asked him to put
that first time that happened to me. We went through a whole lot, okay? When I say we went through a lot, I was able to doggone deal with it and stay with her, and we got stronger, okay? Because yeah, she had her reasons, you know what I'm saying? I get it. She had her reason, but my thing was this: I don't think my anger was so much of what she did. It was so much of the fact that the family didn't question this nigga driving all the way to Chicago from Virginia helping you move.
Okay.
So
if I did, listen, like I said, if I was that lady or even Red's wife, my ass have been asking, do the army got witness protection? Y'all got witness protection.
You know what I'm saying? Because
bitch, I need witness protection because that motherfucker was crazy before he went. Can you imagine that?
The guy that she was cheating with, I'm gonna show you how me to know how stuff work with my life. The guy that she was cheating with, he had a best friend named Rodney, right? Guess where Rodney was at?
With you?
Rodney had got orders to my ship while this was going on, so they flew him out there. I knew who this nigga was already, so when it was time for him to come on, I volunteered and took his file and said, I'll show this one around.
Baby, listen, y'all know we through the hard way. We some shiesty motherfuckers. I'm gonna find it all out.
I had his whole military file, so when they flew on the ship and he got off the boat, and I was like, Rodney, he was like, oh, right here. I said, come on with me, bro, I got you. So we walked in. When we got halfway down through the doggone ship, empty room, storeroom, I said, yeah, you can go right through this door. When he walked through that door, I stepped in. He looked around. He's like, what's going on? I said, boom, click. I said, what's up, nigga? Let me ask you a few questions. And he looked at me like, what's up? And I said,
Red went from being, what was your rank on the boat, Red? What was your rank?
Petty Officer Hayes, Petty Officer Second Class.
Look, Petty Officer to fucking NCIS. That motherfucker.
Hello.
Gibbs, he turned into Gibbs.
That nigga said, he looked around, we in the storeroom. He's like, he said, man, he said, whoa. I said, no. I said, I'm gonna say one name. And I said, if I say this one name, your response is gonna trigger the next question. I said, Florine. When I said Florine, he said, oh, that's my girl, man. Yeah, my boy, yeah, that's my boy, home girl. Yeah. I was like, oh, your boy. Marine. Gotcha, nigga. I got all your information. Okay, I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. I said, he said, where you know Flo from? I said, oh, bro, don't worry about it. It's my wife. I'm gonna kill your friend.
Look, that's like that scene from what was that, Brown Sugar?
Right.
He said, that's my wife. We're 2 bottles of champagne because we're celebrating what? My divorce.
My divorce. But I told him that, and I said, look, I said, so when I said that, he said, ho, man, I ain't had nothing to do with that. He said, man, he tried to get me to talk to such and such, such and such. And I was like, oh, I said, you know what's funny? The lady, Angela, that he tried to hook you up with, he said, I didn't touch Angela. I didn't talk to her. He was like, I didn't do it. I said, no, but let me explain. Her husband is your boss. That's what I'm going to walk you to.
Well, he ain't do nothing, so he alright.
But you've been in his house over there having dinner, hanging out with 2 homies because your homie brought you over there trying to holler at Angela. But you decided to be the smart nigga and not mess with Angela. But you did mess up. You went in that man's house while he was overseas.
Now, we had one of them too, and it was Brian's best friend. I go over one of my friends. I ain't going to name her name. I go to my friend's house because we supposed to be doing aerobics and shit. And Brian's best friend, because he didn't have to go because his asthma was too bad or something. I forget why he had to go. I go in there, this motherfucker got his legs crossed on this motherfucking coffee table. What the fuck? What's going on here? And said a name. I can't say a name because I'm gonna still hold the secrets. I told y'all I can't tell people stuff. But he was like, blah, blah, blah. Bring me some chicken with your feet crossed on this man's coffee table.
Yeah, they get real comfortable, don't they?
I'm sick. But now this same motherfucker, and to this day, this is why I know I think it was a test. Because we all had went to the club, because y'all know I was even singing back then.
Yeah.
We were at the club, and he say, Nicole, my friend want to talk to you. I said, you done lost your motherfucking mind. And I got up and I walked away. Because at the end of the day, even if it wasn't a test, bitch, I'm always going to think it's a test. You can kiss my ass. Brian told me that shit.
Hey, my stepson,
I believe he told him to do it.
What my stepson said to me?
What?
My stepson said to me, he said, Daddy, he said, what he say? He said, Uncle Derek always get up in the morning. He always get up in the morning and make me pancakes and stuff. He be making me pancakes with the strawberries and stuff on and all that. Uncle Derek. Get up in the morning.
Right.
That means this nigga is playing house in my new place that I have not seen yet but paid for.
Right. When
I left her with a friend of mine to find a place. You feel me?
Okay.
Giving her the whole checks. The whole checks is going there so you can pay. Ain't nothing you can't pay for.
Right.
Okay, find a condominium. She found a nice condo, poolside apartment, first floor. Okay. And then next check, furnish it. Everything brand new from every bedroom on back. Okay.
Mama.
Then you allow this nigga to come in, and this nigga in there, he laying up in a brand new bed I ain't never laid in. He in my brand new condo I ain't never been in. Now this nigga fixing my doggone stepson pancakes for breakfast and shit. What the hell is really going on around here?
Mama.
Naked in the kitchen?
Probably.
This ain't baby boy, honey.
I'm just trying to see.
Probably. But the point is, you doing this stuff not knowing that everything that you're doing is going to come out. That boy is an innocent child, and he just excited that I'm home. And he talking about
he just telling you what happened when you was gone. That's all.
And he talking about uncle. This is uncle.
I'm sure Brian probably was having all kinds of conversations with Timmy when him and Timmy used to be going to always take my damn baby to the new swim bar and shit like that, the topless swim bar. Timmy coming back to my boobies. I said, I'm gonna beat your motherfucker.
Man, I don't know if you remember these meets because I know you're a fashion connoisseur when it comes to houses and stuff. You remember the dining room table set? It was white, like it was light color oak wood, the bright
Yeah.
color, and it was octagon shaped with the glass.
Yeah, I had one of
I
those.
remember
Yeah.
that. I had that one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I busted on the head with that table. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Have mercy.
That's
Jesus.
how I did that. Probably I was home maybe 2.5 hours. I'm coming back in my new place that I had never been in. That was a table that she bought. I was
Well, when
sitting
you made her wait till longest time before you got off ship,
there.
while everybody else was off the ship, and you just wait.
Yep. I've been looking stupid as hell.
Y'all sorry, my brother ignorant as shit.
And
Okay.
people kept back telling me my wife was outside. I kept saying, I'm not there.
I hate
Oh,
them.
okay. You know what? Yeah. But that because but again, hurt does that. And see, one of the things that we have to understand is that men have never been taught to adequately deal with that kind of hurt.
Yeah.
We've always been told to suck it up, be a man about it, man up, this, that, and the other. So when it comes down to emotional hurt, that deal with the heart, deal with love and care, we don't know how to function. And that's across the board because the alphabet children, we don't function right either. We're a little bit more adept to do it, but no, we don't function right.
Y'all are violent.
Yeah. And we're carte blanche with it because of us being men. See, and then even with the lesbians, honey, the hell, them studs, honey, they will fuck their bitches up.
Right. Listen, and it's always the one who's supposed to be like the stud is the one who's really getting her ass whooped. Every situation I've seen, it's always the one who's acting the more masculine role of the thing has been the one getting abused. Did y'all know that? It's crazy because I was like,
well, I've seen it the other way around because back home.
I don't see it the other way around because I done seen some girls that I thought was real niggas when they snatched their female up. Like,
yeah.
I had to look to see if it was a nigga snatching her up. Like, didn't I tell you out your mouth?
What I've been experiencing, it's like 3 different people that I know personally, 3 different relationships personally, where the one where I thought was like, I'm gonna just say stud because I'm not gonna say masculine because they don't act like, they wasn't like trans trying to be men. They was just, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not as girly. They wasn't the lipstick. But they were the ones who got abused. Like one person that I know and care about very dearly almost lost her life. And I'm like,
a lot of that with us, because we're same gender loving, a lot of it doesn't go reported. And then of course, because we're dealing with it, hell, you talk about man up about it, hell, you got 2 men. Yeah. So what you gonna do? It becomes that way. And I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful because I come from an abusive household. I have always vowed if a man acted like, I told y'all this story before. I told this one guy that we couldn't date because his speech was too violent. Every time I turned around, he was talking about whooping somebody's ass, and that was just too much for me. I said, child, and I'm trying to remember, he said something to me that was a direct quote that my father said to my mother.
Oh, you got
and I said, oh, hell no, we're not doing this. I done lived through this story before. I'm not doing this. And
praise God because you were able to recognize that stuff.
Yeah.
How many people will repeat the same thing?
Honey, I said, oh no.
As opposed to saying, oh, hell no.
We done been through this before and I'm not going through it again. And when I told him that, this motherfucker lost his ever-loving mind. He lost his mind.
Oh God.
And so what it was, I had wrote a letter I'm like, okay. I was with my costumist, okay, and I'm telling him, I said, listen, he was going downstairs. I said, go to the because he was working at the shoe shine shop or whatever. I said, go down there. I said, you'll see the guy. I can't think of his name right now. I said, he's a heavyset guy with the glasses. I said, give this to him. I said, but do not pass go. Do not collect $200, bitch.
Right, just give it to him and keep it moving.
I said, give it to him and leave because he gets off at 4 o'clock. And it was like 5 minutes to 4 at the time. And I said, because if he sees me, it's going to be a problem. And not that I'm scared of him. It's just that I don't feel the drama up here because we're outside of, we in Midtown Detroit. Okay. I'm sitting up here, I'm waiting on Von's ass, and I'm like, where the fuck is this motherfucker? He downstairs being the star that he is and high here, high there, having a fucking conversation. And when he finally come up to that, I said, bitch, didn't I tell you we got the hard ass because I don't feel like being bothered? Well, I was just saying, I said, well, what happened? Girl, he thought you was in the bathroom. He come hollering your name and shit all up and down the hallway and shit. I said, okay. I said, let's go. So when I got home, he called me. And we got into this huge conversation. And he was kind of right on one particular issue because he said, what it is, you just scared. You done said they've been hurt by so many folks. You just scared. You don't want to take no chance on nothing. I said, but you're right on that. I said, but what we're not going to do is I'm not going to sit down here and listen to you and then think that, oh, that's just who you are. Because see,
once you recognize the violent behavior, and your sister said, "Oh no, this ain't where I'm supposed to be."
This ain't it.
Don't be the fuck mad at me, bitch. You the one acting violent.
This motherfucker sits up and says to me on this fucking telephone, and we were living at 12399 Santa Rosa Street, bitch. He sat up and said to me, "You better be glad your black ass wasn't standing there when I read that shit, because I'd have fucked you up."
See? And that's exactly why the fuck you on the other end of this phone and not here.
Baby, I was in my mama's house and I had to shut my bedroom door. I said, Mama, excuse me for a minute, because I'm finna say something I'm not supposed to say in your house, but I got to handle this. I got on that goddamn phone. I said, you crackhead motherfucker, bitch. I said, you said what? Baby, when I tell you, listen, I cussed him so bad, I made up words I didn't even think was even necessary. And then on top of it, I was shaking. And my brother had come in the door, and I said, if you say something to me, I'm going to fuck you up. I said, go do what the fuck I'm telling you. I said, go give me a 357 with a silencer. I said, don't ask me why. He said, Meech, what's wrong? And I busted me this motherfucking chest. I said, nigga, what the fuck did I tell you? I said, don't ask me no motherfucking questions here.
No, ask no questions.
Go do what the fuck I told you to do. He got scared, right? My brother got scared. And when I met, y'all know I talk, so I'm pacing this floor. I said, this motherfucker here. And my brother was like, no, fuck that. We're here. I said, no. Because you lightweight, motherfucker. He needs me. No, he needs to understand who the fuck he really fucking with. Here, it took me 6 months to get over that. 6, because I swear every time I thought about it, I was going up to his motherfucking job. But let me tell you how God works in my life. And every time I tell the story, folks think I'm bullshitting, but I'm telling you, I know how God works me. Every time I tried to go up to the Fisher building to go see that motherfucker, I deliberately got on the bus. The bus all of a sudden took a detour, would not let me off in front of the building. The detour took us all the way around and carrying on to go downtown. It never stopped in the area. Even that was the Dexter bus. The Hamilton bus go right on the side of it. I went downtown. I got off the Dexter bus to get on the Hamilton bus because, bitch, I'm going to this motherfucker's job. The Hamilton bus didn't go down 2nd Street. This bitch detoured, came around on Woodward, and then doubled back around. Bitch.
People kept trying to tell God what he was going to do.
You hear me?
Did I tell you when we was in that car that day? God said you got her fucked up.
I got off. Listen, I was one time. I was there. I got off the Woodward bus, honey, and the Woodward going over like a block and a half. I was walking over there. Do you know I had a gust of wind blow me so hard it blew my ass around and pushed me back the other way?
Again, because you kept trying to tell
I'm telling you
what the hell you was going to do.
I'm telling you, 6 months. It took me 6 months to get over. And the day I said, you know what, Lord, I'm hurting myself. I said, I'm going to release this man back to you. I said, let me let this go because it's killing me. It really was because I was trying to fuck him up. Girl,
Well,
it was 3 days after I said that.
he was
I was walking down the street. I was walking down the street, minding my own business with my headphones in my ears. And this motherfucker came up behind me and called my, he said, hey, Demetrius. And when I turned around and saw who it was, I just started laughing. I said, if you have never, ever had a reason to thank God for being God, if you never, ever had a reason to thank God for being God, I'm telling you, you got a reason to give God all the glory and all the praise. And he said, what does that mean? I said, see, you don't get it, but that's all right. That's all right. Because today I can laugh because God got a wonderful sense of humor because, bitch, you supposed to be dead right now.
Oh, you know what? Remember when you said you was praying for me?
Uh-huh.
And I said it did work, just maybe not as quick. I thought about something because I had blacked out. I didn't realize that I had blacked out, but it came back to me the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Meech, remember them pretty knives that we bought that time? That I bought, and they got the big.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I put it down though. I had put it down. See, Red, I had realized when it came back to me, I said, look at my brother. Because he called me, he said,
well, praise the Lord. Okay.
hallelujah.
Thank God grand.
Because I might not have got no bail. I might have been like Young Thug and Gunner right now.
Listen, we're going to let the children go home on that note, honey, because we've been reminiscing.
Thank you, brother.
Today, honey, this show was What is Your Forbidden Tree, honey? That was today's show. And you see how we do with blooming onions, honey. It took all and we went on round and round.
Flowers, they just blossom. Y'all like this?
Okay. Actually, that's cute.
Yeah.
Is this the one I'm in my room? This is the one that's on my wall in my room.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Y'all see this? When Lily gets up for school every morning, I have her say all these things. I tell her to put I in front of it. So she said, I'm good enough, smart enough, strong enough, beautiful enough, talented enough. There's a lot of stuff on here. So she says that before she leaves out the room in the morning. To go
that's wonderful. Affirmations. Good.
Affirmations, baby.
Okay. Well, darling, listen, we're going to let you guys go ahead on and get back into your world, honey. It is the witching hour. So those of you who are trying to get out to the club on this Friday night, you still can. Go have a cocktail and things. It's 12:18, honey.
Today is my father's birthday, and the twins are turning 3 today.
Oh, okay, for May 14th. Okay.
I gotta call Arnold Mayo in the morning.
Okay. So we're gonna let you guys get back into your worlds again. And we thank you for loving us the way that you do. And so we're going to invite you to invite your friends, your family, and those that you love to come on over to like, subscribe, and share with us, honey, and invite them over to come and dish a little tea, have a few crumpets, or, brew a little bit, stir a little bit of the pot, honey, or even read the tea leaves, child. We invite you to do all that. However, if you decided that you wanted the children, honey, that can't stand us, don't believe a word that's coming out of my mouth, can't stand the fag, don't want to be bothered, this, that, and the other, y'all full of shit, and you want to hate, you could tell all of your motherfucking enemies to like, subscribe, and share, and to do and to come on over here, because I need for you to understand that everything that we're doing over here at 3 the Hard Way, the syndicate, darling, everything that we are doing, honey, in any way, shape, style, form, or fashion, will move forward. Honey, I'm Big Meech. That's Aunt Nikki. That's the big guy ally over here, the Rick Red fella. Honey, you've been dishing tea with Big Meech, honey. You may finish all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished, darling. So on that particular note, we'll see you guys on the next go-around, honey. We're going to have a good time and things of that nature. Have a little bit of fun. Maybe do some more of the cards, honey. I may end up doing a spread tomorrow. I kind of feel like doing a spread for y'all, honey. Trying to see what's going on and things of that nature, darling. Okay.
Well,
So,
somebody-
and that even, yeah, because I probably will, because I need a spiritual exercise. So I can sit there, open up my chakras and things and
Oh,
do
that's
some
good.
cleansing and all of that, honey. You know.
I got some dragon's blood up in here.
Okay.
Lord.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Not the cleanser. Okay.
Well, wait a minute, Red. Let me give y'all this quick tip real quick. So this is what I've been doing for like the last week and about a good week, I think. Okay. So there's the what y'all call them things we drink, the smoothies. All right. Cucumbers, pineapples, ginger, right? However, when you cut your pineapple, apparently, you know how they always say in the skin of all the fruits and stuff is a lot of nutrients and stuff. When you cut your skin off the pineapple, put your pineapple skins, ginger, and lemon juice in a pot of your purified water or whatever. You can use lemon juice. I just cut up the lemons or limes and put them in there. Boil that, let that cool, put it back like in a gallon jug or whatever. Every time you go to make your smoothie, every time you go to make your drink, it's the pineapples, cucumbers, and ginger. Use the water that you boiled to make it wet and put it in your thing. Y'all, I don't know what's been happening. Y'all know from me going up and down in the weight and everything, and it was starting to bother me. The most thing that was bothering me was my belly, right? It is going down. They say that this helps with your digestive tract, belly fat, and then just overall making you feel better. And I really have, y'all know, I had what I usually got in this cup, my iced coffee, right?
Man.
I had no coffee since I started making this stuff. I don't even want it. They say for you to
Oh
drink it,
wow.
make one in the morning, make one in the evening. And I'm just starting to feel better internally. So I did go y'all know I be doing the little TikTok hacks. I did it with the turkey necks. Now I did this, and it's
Oh,
actually
you know what? I got to go get you some because I want you to make some outside. Oh,
makes
big
me
old
pretty.
family pack. They were
Okay.
like $10
I
for a
mix
big
it
ass.
with something red too.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Let's let you children go. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna let y'all go. But there's a health tip for y'all. It just make you feel better. I don't know. I mean, I have dropped a couple pounds, but I also been working out. But it does make me feel better. And if you have problems digestively and stuff like that, that's what they say it works best for. So
Okay. Well, how about that, honey? Listen, and one of the things on top of that, your stomach health, all of this stuff, your gut juices and things of that nature, honey, is part of your balance to get everything right. That's how come yeah. If you're not taking, I have some probiotic yogurt that I eat
yeah,
in order to do a lot of that. But I like that. I like that too.
Yeah,
It
and you know I
congests.
add that along with my regimen of my sea
Yeah.
moss and my black seed oil and my multivitamin every day. So
Okay.
yeah, we got, and for us, a lot of people, especially women, ladies, they say our bellies get like that because of our hormones. Our hormones are off, and we are storing the fat in our belly.
Oh, okay.
So that's why a lot of times you might be working out and eating right and stuff, and everything else might be toning up and everything, but that stomach just don't go nowhere.
I understand.
Well, we love y'all.
We love you, honey. We thank you and carry it on, honey. And we invite you guys to come on out the next time. So until then, my darlings,
Yes. Come on, Melba.
I modulated. And the scene.
See y'all.